We're live. Greetings.
Woohoo!
Hi.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome to Windfall. I'm your Dungeon Master, Sky. I think we have a Savage McDavitt in the room, and that's it.
Oh, he's so savage. Look at him. He's very savage. I like him.
Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time watching, you can see all other 8. This is episode 9, session number 9, on our YouTube, youtube.com/Dresden Omega. At least I think that's what it is.
Can watch the backlog.
Yeah,
all of it.
Catch up. There's also a link in the bio of the Twitch here. We have players today. We've been getting like a pretty regular roster of players. This is a little bit of this has been a little bit of a possible trade out, you know, anyone that's available thing. But you guys have been here. I love it. So who do we got?
John. I'm playing Valgan, the Paladin. He desires justice, and he will find it.
You will find it. Hi, everybody. My name is Corinne, and I play Lena, the Warforged monk.
My name's Amy. I play Ro. She's a Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger. Kills things.
Very effectively.
She's very
So
effective.
much kill.
She just hunts things.
Hi, I'm Dexter. I play Duke, the fighter warlock who also kills things, despite his dice.
In spite of.
You know, you're just getting all the bad rolls out of the way in the first half of the campaign. So then the second half,
I mean, that's the hope.
You just needed to commit yourself to a dark deity.
Yeah.
Hello,
apparently.
everyone. My name is Eric, and I am playing Armand of House Shuna, and he is a Damphir wizard enchanter with a splash of artificer, and he doesn't do the killing. He kind of does the skills and hides behind, things, or at least behind Duke while he kills things.
sweet. All right, last time, many things happened last time.
Yeah, we learned things.
You got to sleep for one thing.
Which was amazing.
Sort of eventually, at least. But after doing a brief, going to did the stream stop?
I don't think it's ever started. I've never seen our faces.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh no.
right music over here.
What's it?
I didn't put
Un momento, por favores.
We have technical difficulties.
Anyone else have the stream stop?
I
No,
can in just a
normally I
moment.
do, and I don't right now. I was like, what am I doing? I haven't posted it. I haven't done nothing.
Yeah, we're good.
We're there.
Yeah,
it's us.
Apologies.
Hi, us.
I caused worry when there was no need.
Yeah, just that screen froze. We're good.
Easy check.
Yes. All right. So you guys
Thought you could blame me.
did many things last time. First, you reported to days after. Well, first you killed a mimic.
We did kill a minute.
Finished off the last thing in Melithor's basement.
Got that sweet XP.
Yes, got that sweet XP. Stabbed the mimic to death and found 2 diamonds worth 100 gold
And
each.
4 Warforged.
And 4 warforged.
And I burned his house down.
Yes.
The diamonds feels foreboding. I'm not
I've missed
gonna
the last
lie.
few games. Can you do a recap of the last month? I think it's coming.
If you want a recap of last month, just watch the episodes, guys.
Yeah, the recaps are right in the front, so you can get all the recaps.
Watch everything.
Yeah.
Our content primo.
Once you get done, just go start.
Although, in all
Yeah.
honesty, since the last game, I don't think we played for like a month.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're gonna get a
True
recap
that.
of the last game, you'll probably be caught up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it'll be
much.
fine.
It's true.
Yeah, so you guys took the Warforged out of Melithor's basement, and Duke two-handed one. You carried one, I think, and then Katinka and Armand dragged one through the.
It's not built to drag you.
while Ro just kind of had her arms crossed, just shaking her head
This is a bad idea.
You then took the Warforged down to Fellwind and met up with Daze to report your findings. You found that Adrian of the Copperblood Gaming conglomerate faction, whatever it's called, club, is in fact a unseen agent. You found some evidence that showed he was communicating with Melithor as an unseen. So you have at least one lead on another unseen within the city.
That's
You also
great.
found,
Thank you.
yeah, you also found some info on the Orneru and the Silenced Onyx, and you divulged that to Daze, and he mentioned that there are statues within Windfall attributed to the Orneru, which is like ancient civilization that's
True.
that is no longer around. No one quite knows what happened to it. Why can't we see the?
If
hold
I
on.
remember, the
It's gone.
statues were like
know, but, like, I put
designed
them
to
out.
hold
Oh.
like the gem, like one gem of the set that we found, right?
yeah. I think something along this line too.
So we learned that he's a follower of Orcus.
Orcus, yep.
Well,
Well,
hold on.
Duke learned that.
Duke
Duke
learned
learned
that.
that.
Oh, Duke learned that. Okay.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
He
While you were-
sorts with Orcus.
While you were talking to
He's a consort. Pervert.
While you were talking to Daze, Daze mentioned that the
rough partner.
last prisoner you brought down, Bekina, escaped. And investigating the prison, you found that she was not helped or released. She just walked out and somehow managed to get past the door and is no unknown location at this point. You also interrogated Agent 47 a little bit more. Didn't garner too much more information, but did confirm that Bekina, in fact, left without assistance. You then went up to the bar to try to relax a little bit before getting some much needed sleep.
Much to our chagrin.
Yes. You encountered Velvet Night Sky auditioning, it seems, for Lord Edwin. And you saw some of the Golden Warriors. Well, you would have seen some of them around Jimmy the Juice.
The juice.
You would have seen some of them around Overdrive before, but the sort of head of the Golden Warriors, Jimmy the Juice, it's the first time you're seeing him too, next to Edwin. After hanging out and having a few drinks, Armand and Ro went backstage to smoke joints with Velvet Night Sky.
The after party.
Katinka went pretty much straight to bed, and out of curiosity, what's everyone's passive perception?
Ooh, that's a good question.
14.
Terrible is the answer, I would assume.
14.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Do I have to tell out loud? Yes, it's 11. That's why I'm relying on you.
Very just
Yeah, 11 as well.
absorbed with something else. I don't know. Doesn't even.
Wait, how do I have the best passive
I don't know.
perception?
I got a 14 along with
Okay.
you.
Okay,
yeah.
so I would say-
we get it. We seem to.
I mean, for you it makes sense because you're probably always just like,
Things.
is this the right coat? Like, is this the right color for today's dungeon crawl?
So
Yes.
I'm looking in a mirror right
I would say you guys probably noticed as Katinka was like saying goodnight, she got approached by somebody
But we saw that.
and
Yeah.
handed something.
She got a letter.
And she seemed to kind of recognize them, but not in a familiar way. And just kind of like nodded and just acted really tired and went upstairs. And it didn't seem like that intense of an interaction or anything.
Did I see that? No, I did not. I assume I did
No.
not. I'm very.
I'm giving a little benefit to some passive perception here. Yeah. So then Duke decided that Valgan was going to have a drink with him.
I think Valgan needed a drink.
Decided.
Whether he wanted one or not,
Yeah.
he was going to have one.
Gross.
Valgan needed one. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Held and being tortured by the big bad for a few days. I mean, a drink seems appropriate at that point.
Right?
Make sure
A
you got it on
strong one.
Even though you were
A
dog
strong
out.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drugs.
So you took another shot at
Yeah.
Drugs.
at having some orcish weed laced ale. And successfully enjoyed a delicious, strong beverage without any ill effects.
Without being exhausted.
I mean,
Again.
For like 3 sessions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Valgan then made his way to bed, and that left Lena and Duke hanging out. And
Oh, don't forget that I traded 2 bottles for an orcish favor.
right.
A blood bonding orcish favor.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
If you want to make a history check, I can tell you what a blood bond
Sure.
flavor is.
It sounds. I bet it sounds
very
so much more serious than it is. I bet it's like
pact
a
with
bro.
the
Let me know I got you.
It's a little bit higher than a pinky promise.
Yeah.
Just a smidgen.
Just a smidge.
It's probably like I'll back you up in a bar
history?
brawl.
11.
11?
Yeah,
That's probably good.
on a natural 12.
That's right.
Yep.
So the
The
orcs make absolutely everything as intense as possible, and so a blood bonded favor basically is like, if you need me, I got you, probably. Like if you're getting attacked, he'll probably jump in and not let you die, but he might not like go on the road with you to face it. But you know, you never know what
Like, if you need me, I got you.
Yeah, you can call it in.
If I'm your
You take a chance. Yeah, it's kind of up to him what counts as a blood bonded favor.
Hey,
which
I
makes
think it's
it
a big deal. Shadar Kai, it's a big deal.
Yes. So yeah, you and so Duke and Lena talked a little bit, and you asked Lena about their mechanical nature, and they kind of showed their face a little bit, and they had taken in the room a little bit to try to like hide it as much as possible, but a particularly perceptive gnome managed to get a sneak peek of what's behind the mask of Lena, and upon upon realizing that they had been seen by this gnome, they immediately left the bar.
Yep,
Just
booked
slammed the mask back on and
I'm out.
left. Duke took it upon himself to find out who this gnome was, and he found out he was a gnome named Tolan, who had come from Droville and had just recently set up shop in Windfall to strike out on his own and see if he can make a name for himself, and has been struggling a little bit because it's been hard to find work for automatons in a city that doesn't have a lot of riches to own automatons. Plus, automatons aren't super prevalent in other cities besides Droville, and they're so prevalent in Droville, he figured, well, of course they would be prevalent here. They're awesome.
no.
But so he's struggling a little bit.
Well, we're about to.
He
give
was
this
also
guy
drunk,
some
and so
work.
he went to bed.
Didn't we point him towards the 4 that we found, though?
Don't think you
Not
mentioned it
yet.
yet.
We didn't mention it, but I said I might have some work for
That's
you.
right, yeah.
So we need to be friends, and he was like, "Oh, we're good friends, bro."
Okay, that's right.
And he told you where you can find him on Perseverance
Yeah.
Plaza, where his shop is set up.
Yeah. Got ourselves a tinkerer.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot to set your
He
camera.
was taking up 2 spaces.
You're just like, his head is like, what is what?
I'll be playing 2 characters today. I disagree.
He's playing Harvey Dent.
There we go.
Yeah. So,
Man.
so
Filter on one.
as Duke found himself alone, he got contacted by Alondra, a priestess of the Raven Queen, who, after he made his way to where she was, he found out that was the voice that he's been hearing in his head that he thought was the Raven Queen, learning that the Raven Queen doesn't communicate directly with her followers. She then addressed him by his true name and asked him to make a sacrifice of memory to the Raven Queen as a member of the Forgotten Realm? The Realm of the Forgotten is, right? Like, which is a funny name now that I think about it. The Forgotten Realm.
The
Court of the Forgotten. Sorry, the Court of the Forgotten. Yeah. So he took out his book of paintings that he'd been working on and sacrificed the paintings themselves and the memory of them to the Raven Queen. And in return, he got some glimpses of his true purpose and nature, and a little more information to go on, as well as his sense of purpose, and had some things confirmed for him as far as the direction he's heading being the correct direction according to the Raven Queen. Armand and Ro had been looking for Duke at this point, and then met up with him halfway to Overdrive in the streets of Perseverance Plaza, having a silver coin robbed from Armand by a beggar.
It's mine now.
But upon returning to Overdrive, being super late at night, you all went to bed. Armand then also asked Ro if he could borrow the stones to ascertain some of their their arcane nature and see if there's any possibility of constructing some sort of device with them.
Correct.
Little fuck around, find out.
Well, because we did all the wizard stuff. We haven't done the artificer routes because we're in a world of Warforged and we're in a frickin' windmill. Let's find out what this thing could do. Mm-hmm. So can I ask them to roll the tinkering roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna try and.
Oh boy. Can I wake up Duke to help me out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a 2.
It's a 2.
So, with that all added up together, we've got a very sexy 6.
Sexy 6.
Dro's going to kill.
Do I wake up to an explosion? Is that what happens?
There's like little.
He wired it up to a potato.
So yeah, so you don't manage to create any magical items with them,
I was
unfortunately.
going to say about that.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to know, because we were thinking about the statue idea, was what can we power up? That at least, even though if I failed miserably, can I at least power up anything like as an artificer? Small, medium, large, anything?
They are pretty. You can tell that they're pretty powerful, and they would power a lot of things.
Okay.
Very large devices. Depending on which stone you use, arcane weaponry,
Sure.
things like that. So you could be firing firebolts out of a ballista with these things. If you
I've got to deal with the problem that Rue is going to kill me. So let's find what can I do with art. Here it is. I have an idea.
Go and get cool.
I got a plan. So, all right, let me know when it's go time.
All right.
Please don't kill me.
You guys wake up. It is, I would say, I'm awake. Not early morning, mid morning maybe. As you come downstairs and assemble, you find that Katinka and Lena are nowhere to be found.
Okay. And I'm in the commons room that all of our bedrooms are connected to. And for those who get up early, like our paladin, who's probably doing push-ups and praying to his deity.
Fixing my gear because it was a little messed up.
You can definitely see that I definitely did the college man's, stayed up all night looking a little wired, multiple cups of coffee, and the room looks a little disheveled.
Did you sleep?
I guess I'll get a little bit of sleep, at least the 4 hours, because I need the long rest.
All right.
But there's things missing out of the drapery. The leather couch looks like it's been slashed up a little bit, and I've got everything kind of like I've been working on a project. See all these little small like almost like little toys, and I'm like looking a little happy, but at the same time
at that moment, Juana comes upstairs with a big platter of breakfast food. I hope you're gonna pay for that. And puts it down and walks out.
I don't even want to know.
Yes, Fez will pay for the deposit.
Fez will pay.
Fez will pay.
So there's breakfast foods out.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. So Valgan comes downstairs. He's fully suited and booted in his gear. Just got a little bit more pep in him than he did before. Now that he's got his first good night's sleep in like a week.
Yeah,
probably.
I'll say there's no stairs to come out of because he's in this
common room
that's on the second floor with all the doors for all the rooms that are just kind of around that room.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm coming
You're
out
just
of my
walking
room
out
just
of your room.
into it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He comes out. He sees what you've done, and it's like, did you at least learn anything?
Well, we did find out that it powers some really cool things. As for magical items and what we could
You
create.
found out that the highly magical stones that Melithor has been using to mutate creatures
It could power
are
devices.
powerful.
And they could power devices is the key thing. This is the win. This is our win.
So Valgan, even in his short time, has kind of internalized some of this and is like,
By the way,
okay.
How was your bed? I assume it's much better than that cage we found you in.
It
yeah?
was, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And he's just going to get some breakfast and kind of wait for everybody to start showing up.
Okay.
Have them send up a cup of blood, please. Thank you.
Duke and Ro, what are you guys doing?
Are we all in our own separate rooms?
Yes.
Okay. So Ro, walk in. Duke. Oh, not Duke. I was gonna talk to Armand. You're not here. Armand, did you
Hi.
did you get a giant rat in here? What happened?
Well,
Are the stones?
Oh, yes.
Did you break the stones?
No. The stones have already powered up these things. Take a look at this. I want you to visualize what we're going to be doing here. You see these small little toys. One looks like a really bad, kind of like roundish vampire, and the other one is obviously a cat that looks like you with his paws up and down. And like you'll see, I'm able to power these devices with the stone, so we can know that we could charge the other devices with it as well.
Have you done that? Can you show me?
Oh, yes,
because
yes,
I
yes.
want to see its
All right.
arms like do the thing.
Absolutely. You see now, here. And so it's a backup. There's a command word. You ready?
Oh, backup.
Yes. It's the Bat and Cat Show. That's us. You see, Bat and Cat Show. Please go.
Is that what this is?
And that's what they start doing. You watch this little round thing all of a sudden start moving mechanically, and it hides this cape over its
Does it do the
nose.
dab?
Yeah, it does this back and forth. And when it's in between, it's a little thing. You see the fangs, and then of course,
actually
and
better.
then also you see your version of the tabaxi raises up hands like, and she just raises up like.
Oh,
Look at this straight. Did he make the like magic?
I did this for you. Touch the tail.
Okay. And she'll like get it with her like
Again, you press down the tail of the tabaxi, he raises his hands, and it goes like, I kill you! So now,
That's it.
this is just
How
prototype.
big is it?
They're tiny. Look. Now, good news, bad news. It's working, but it will only last for 24 hours. But I'm thinking we can make many of this, and we could become rich. Thousands of silver pieces. I mean, we already are. Yes, solving crimes.
That is a good idea.
All right.
Love this so much.
Excellent. So they last for how long?
Only 24 hours. I'm still working
So
on
we
this.
just got to move quickly.
We sell it.
On the road,
no
because
refunds.
I
No
mean-
refunds.
It's the gimmick.
Valgan's in the
Alright.
corner eating, just like remember your oath. Just
The two criminal
saw this
background people
through.
are conspiring
I
over
hand you
here.
back everything. Clearly, it's like, but I guess I tell you.
I take them and I look at them.
Make an investigation check.
Oh no.
So, just for my own mind here, did he make like magical potato powered like
It's
devices?
15
It's
plus
like
something.
little-
Might just be 15.
You know,
actually.
little mechanical dolls.
It's intelligence modifier if you don't have the skill.
15.
15. Yeah, those are the stones that you remember giving to
Great.
Armand.
I feel like this was a good use of your time.
Okay, good.
Hold on one second. Some people. Hi, mom and dad.
Hi, John's mom and dad.
Dad, hello.
Duke, what are you doing?
I don't know. I probably get up and go get breakfast.
All right, so you just kind of like come out and you don't say anything. You just come out and start eating.
Well, so like, where are we? Just
I
are
make sure
we
he
in,
doesn't
like-
sit on the chair that I cut up for her leather.
So you guys
Oh
are
right,
in
because we have that suite, right?
Yeah, you guys are in this
Leather
second floor suite, and there's like a common area right outside your doors, and the food is right out there, and everyone is currently there eating and stuff like that.
Good morning, Duke.
Yeah, so usually what you guys have seen is like Duke comes out and he like has probably, because you've seen him do this before, and you've probably done this like a number of times, tried to see what he has done and been like, whatever, this is boring, and then like effed off, right? Because he's been like, whatever, right? And put it away, right? Like you did the first time. But today he probably like gets up, comes out, and just is like, well, hey, what's up, right? And like starts eating as per normal. Doesn't pull out his notepad that he usually has, and starts eating food.
All right.
And it's like, probably he's acting normal, acting like a normal dude. Probably grumpy,
Sing like one syllabic. monosyllabic.
Katinka,
monosyllabic, and he probably gives you shit for being a wuss and going to bed.
Katinka and Lena's doors are still shut, and after about 20 minutes or so, it starts to seem a little unusual. Food's getting cold.
Yeah.
Katinka and Lena.
Yeah. Everyone was partying last night. Rose is just gonna go up, probably to Lena's, and just rap it. Lena, are you in here?
There's no answer.
Did she go back to the Way of Mercy? I know she's got a place
Wait.
there. Did she come up here? Did someone see her
No,
come
but
up?
there was a
She was
gnome.
hanging out with you
Yeah,
guys.
no, she was hanging out with me, and there was a gnome. And then after she saw the gnome, see her face, she ran away. I go up and I like bang on her door.
What did the gnome do?
The gnome, well, he didn't do anything, right? Bang on her door. Lena, are you in there?
you seen Lena's
No answer.
face?
Open the door.
She's always been so
Unlocked.
mysterious.
No one's in there. Made bed.
Fuck.
All right.
Well, you guys said that she's part of the Way of Mercy, right?
She has a place here in town, yeah, but
Well,
I thought everyone was so tired. I thought maybe she would crash here. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking we should go down there anyway. I've got to take these would-be trophies, now heirlooms, and
Oh,
get them
great.
redistributed to their families. So, go down there. We
Yeah.
can ask about her, see if anybody's seen her down
Probably
there.
a
what we're
second
doing.
breakfast. I think they do like meals and things.
It's for the poor, but
and
you
then
know.
and then she'll go over to Katinka. Katinka, good morning.
No answer.
Where the hell?
Now,
Where's people? I look around to see
I'm
if
just
there's.
gonna open the door and look in. Sorry.
It's a
Look in.
vibrating phone. Oh. No, I
My
don't know.
phone's not going. We've got it on silent.
I don't see it. I haven't heard it.
Is it still going? Yo, boy, Skylar.
Skylar, hi.
Oh, hi, Skylar. How are you?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it was my phone and then be shamed.
Bad.
Walked into that.
Bad emo elf.
So, where are all our friends at then?
Yeah, so no answer when you tap on Katinka's door.
Yeah, I'll open the door and look.
It's unlocked, and
Because,
My bad.
the bed is unmade.
yeah.
Oh shit. All right. So, Katinka did have somebody come up, kind of sneaky like, and give her a letter. Did I see her read it?
No, she went to her room to read.
And which was fine. I mean, a little odd, but fine. But now she has not slept in her bed. She has not been here all night.
I would have seen her during my time, so maybe it was while we were out getting him.
Does she have
No, didn't he say that the bed was slept in?
Bed was.
Bed was slept in.
Okay.
was slept in? I thought you
Yes.
said it wasn't.
No, it is.
I take back what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. Mine always looks like that because I sleep on the floor.
Maybe it
Does
was
she
Wait,
also
hold on.
have a
Pause.
place in
Wait.
town, though?
Right. So,
4 hours of sleep
right. For
me.
For you.
So
Right.
maybe she slept out at that point.
Well, in the Warforged, I don't think needs to sleep. I don't think.
No, they do. They need 4 hours as well. Same
I
thing.
know. I
Do
also
you
need
know?
less
Do you know if she lives in
But-
town?
Can you ask her right now? She's not around.
You're not here. If Lena were here, I would ask her if she knows.
Do you have like magic lookie spells?
JK.
JK.
Just
I
asking
think
the empty
she does.
room.
Would I know
Well,
where
Lena
she
and-
We've
lives?
got two conversations going on, so let's.
I gotta make sure when, and I don't want to be, because I remember you offering people to stay at the church, but did you say it to the group at large or just to the people you were drinking with last night?
So, like, out of character, I would have offered that to the party.
Yeah, so the
Because
party.
technically, I would have similar to, like, cleric rules where they have, like, sanctuary that they can go to any of their places
Make sure you
and
go close to the
stay. So anytime Lena and party would go there, she would just vouch for them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that would include you guys.
So she could be at the temple, but and as for your question, if I have
could pull the mic
Wuji,
closer, too, if you want.
I'm an enchanter. I'm very good at making people like me. Not the whole Wuji where are they at. That's a diviner.
Well, no, not like would you,
are
wear.
very
Not would you wear
likable.
that.
It's
Not
text
would you wear the
notifications. It sounds like.
Right.
I think I heard your phone go off earlier, but
Well, they
I've
posted
been
that like a
clicking
while
this
ago.
pen.
Oh,
It might be that.
nervous.
No, it might be.
gave you
I know. Give me the. Oh, hold on.
I gave you the fidget thing. I
I've
gave
got
you
a
the
thing
fidget
for
thing.
this. Everything for this. I'm sorry.
Just putting away my gifts already.
So it
That's
might have
how
been
this
that.
is.
I forgot it got put under my cards.
That's an inspiration point, by the way, just so you know. But yes,
I feel it.
I am not a diviner, so I can't help
Well,
you with that.
Well, I mean, like less like find them, but more like see if they're because you like did the thing and you were like looking at stuff in Melithor's
Oh,
house.
detect magic.
Right. Well, I don't know what you were doing, but like
I could try something else. Just to make him feel better, because I know he's gonna get really worried. I cast a cantrip to make it basically look like kind of the Doctor Strange magic circle appearing, and I just look through it, and I'm just basically gonna do an investigation check. I am using my magic. I'm going to try to find out where they went. I go through Lena's room, and I go through.
insight check.
With that, I would like to walk with you.
Oh
and be
no! I actually got to roll
like,
deception.
"What you're doing?"
I'm gonna just kind of quietly walk downstairs while they're doing all this and just
19.
11. You're very impressed.
Holy shit! Did you learn this? Like, did the stones do this to you? Could you always do this?
It's like
It's very cool.
it's just showing small
Can you like
details.
put your hand through it, and I'm gonna like shove my hand through the hole? Does anything happen?
No, it's like well, getting in my eyesight. I
Yeah,
can't see.
absolutely.
I feel like you're tampering with magic that is beyond your comprehension. But basically, I just kind of allude to like small details, like through investigations. Like, oh, look here, we see there's 3 hair strands over here. Looks like she slept on this pillow exactly right here. As I zoom in, and it basically just creates like a magnifying glass. Like,
Have you? You did not see her get up.
So it doesn't look like there's any foul play.
I do not see any blood or any.
All right.
Yeah, she probably went to get breakfast or like meet the lover or something.
But can I roll an investigation check to see if I find any like letters or anything like that?
Sure.
I help him.
19 plus 6, 25.
You don't find any letters. Oh man.
Maybe we could find out like there's a time like we could see that like she at least brought up her breakfast coffee or something, and then like or maybe some other kind of clue like of the wind. Or if she went out the window, that'd be also embarrassing.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I would say, like, for investigation, what you would find that would give you some kind of clue would be that she got fully dressed and ready. You can kind of tell based on the way things are. And
does it look like she'll be coming back? Like, so did she leave anything that's like her toothbrush or something like that?
No, I mean she's pretty self-contained in general, so that's not unusual for her.
All right. It looks like, yes, you can see over here as I lead over to there is I'll let you get closer if you want. There is a well-used chamber pot, and
You're good, your boy, Skylar.
She changed into clothing.
I always want to know when there's audio issues.
Yeah, so I basically just show, like, with my magic spell with the magnifying glass going
Ro,
over.
knowing that this is not unusual, is just gonna be like, oh, this is stupid, and go and eat breakfast.
Hold on, she left. I pull out, like, every inn or hotel has the do not disturb. Like, look, do not disturb! She clearly did not want to be disturbed to have anyone in her room. We have broken the rules.
if I may. I'm just gonna walk downstairs and ask the staff downstairs if they saw her leave.
Reasonable.
Bro, make a
8 intelligence, guys.
8
8 intelligence, guys.
I'm trying to think of what this check would be. Just a history check. Let's do history.
History check.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
It's gonna be mediocre. I've started to open this every time and haven't yet. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
I help her.
I roll an 11 plus probably nothing exciting. I would assume it's an 11. I'm almost there.
I'll say for what I was going for is the DC was 10, so you're good. You didn't recognize the person, but you recognize the outfit they were wearing as Copperblood.
Oh, the person who dropped something off.
Yes.
Oh.
They gave Katinka the letter.
From what house was that? Copper what?
The
Copperblood faction in the
they,
gaming district.
They they're the gambling.
That's the ones that we need to check in on that have the sleeper spy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so, right?
Yeah, I think we got our next clue.
All right. Well, in that case,
I mean,
as she's sitting there, like eating, I don't know, bacon, whatever meat thing is on there, she's gonna remember. Like, oh. Do you know anything about the Copperbloods?
I haven't been here that long. I know that they're part of the gaming district.
Yeah, they are. Armand Duke.
Yes.
So, you remember when I pseudo said, I don't know, I retconned a little bit, that someone came and gave Katinka a letter?
I remember
It was from
that.
the Copperbloods,
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
specifically.
All right.
And their name has come up far too often recently for me to be comfortable. Maybe
Yes, we have Adrian Copperblood,
my
one
friend
of their
Julia
sleeper spies that we
Yeah.
need to check in on.
She has a residency there.
She's staying
starting not today, but tomorrow for 5 days.
We're on our guest list. Remember that from the...
I
Yes.
don't know that we committed guest list.
That way we did. Remember, we pinky promised on it. It's not as good as a blood bond, but it's a pinky promise.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
But that's
I
tomorrow.
got really
That's when
stoned.
that starts.
I don't know. I don't remember much.
We were all sharing fun things about our past, and yes, it was.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we go there and.
But yeah, we definitely did talk to her, and I asked if we could be on her guest list, and she said she'll put us on the list, but she doesn't want to do any introductions because that might get her in danger.
It makes a lot of sense.
As you guys are discussing this, Goliath comes upstairs.
Hello,
You recognize
my friend.
as Stendhal, one of the House Blackbone guards, and he's got a letter, and he's like, "Right, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
You are all invited to a celebration today on behalf of House Blackbone for saving Sylvia's life.
Excellent.
The celebration is at 2 o'clock prompt. Please tell the guards at the front that you are invited by House Blackbone, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the Bronzetree Bar." And
Is
he hands you
there
a
is there
letter.
an invitation that?
Yeah,
we
he
can-
hands you like an invitation, and it's
People don't believe me when I say things. I don't.
and
know
it's
why.
it's on like very nice like filigreed letterhead and says House Blackbone on the top and you
I
know
think you
Callisto
should
of the
have
Sunless
this.
Sky, you are hereby invited to a celebration of thanks and reward for the preservation of my daughter Sylvia. Signed, Harold Blackbone.
It's legitimate. Look at that.
It's a good, strong name.
What was this guy's name again?
Stendhal.
Stendhal, this is good to see you again, friend. I'm
Yes,
looking forward
good to see you too.
If there's a little bit of downtime, we could perhaps still discuss, the rules of the street and other tricks of the trade. Yes.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Right. Well, looking forward to seeing you guys. Bronzetree is a great bar. You're gonna love it.
I bet you look great in
A
a
little
top.
nicer than this place. Smaller, but nicer. You'll see.
Excellent.
And he heads back.
As soon as he leaves, I'm like, I do not know if this will be a very happy celebration, or if we should tell him that the would-be assassin escaped jail. I don't know if.
Oh, like the
So real quick, above table thing.
Awkward.
yeah.
The copper blood thing is a thing, but
Yeah.
with Kaylee not here, it's going to be harder to do. Just so you guys know.
Well, but we had our own
That's
in
fair.
with
Yes, exactly.
with her friends. So
But
that's
but
one of the two of us.
But that's the next day. So
Yeah.
that's
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
We
You know,
gotta-
I think Katinka, she's from here. I'm not worried about her.
She also mentioned that she's going to be playing in the Pinnacle District today.
Yes, Velvet.
So she might be at that.
I would assume she'll be
Soiree.
at that
Yeah.
show. Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
So we got to be there at 2 is when the invitation is. So
I mean,
does that give me
probably
enough
do
time
like
to get
2:50.
down to the Way of Mercy and drop
Yeah.
off the items? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what time is it?
It's probably about
Probably morning.
9, 10, mid-morning.
Do we need to dress nice? Is there like an attire, a dress code?
There will be.
I mean, I've got armor.
No. We're going to.
Yeah, no, I'm dressed and ready to go.
I look and there's like some ragged holes from where giant leeches had like attached to my front and back, and my shit's all like
Perhaps-
my scarf's like fucked up. I'm like,
Technically, for me, it's as a paladin, my gear is formal wear.
But you've been
with
tortured
our
in it,
exposure to the Jupiter
so-
Elite, do we have like a budget for things, or do I have to go
There's,
there
like,
and find
blood
the
and
confiscated stuff?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, the Jupiter Elite are a mercenary guild, so it's a little bit like, make your own way. Good luck. Here's the jobs. Pay your dues. It's not as formal government funding type of thing.
Lucky for all of you here that, well, I'm very well known, yes, as an enchanter, a little bit of artificer, but my other hobby is fashion. So we're going to go down to the district and also to the second-hand store, too, because we're on a tight budget for this. But don't worry, we'll
Why are you
find-
pointing at me when you do
Because
that?
you're wearing armor, and I've seen you when you are wearing without the armor and walking around in your prison skivvies.
I'd appreciate it if we don't bring that up.
does sound very dramatic. It's very rude of you, actually.
I'm just trying to offer my help. So yes.
All right, Silver.
Shopping.
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 Prison skivvies.
Prison skip.
That's a phrase that will just haunt me now.
Yeah, okay, just prison skivvies. prison skivvies.
Just a trigger for Valgan, just like.
When you go to sleep, I'll be in the vampire climbing down the ceiling to the wall. Sleep.
So rude.
I'm
Sleep well.
Oh,
all right, so
I've got this old uniform here,
Oh, yeah,
which is a uniform of my company.
Oh, you have like.
I
like
have
your,
a soldier's uniform.
Ooh, I wonder if it's like the whites, like your like the dress uniform.
Yeah.
I like. Do you just keep it like in its own little like, pillowcase in your closets?
It's like with my like
Just
traveling
awesome.
stuff, but I have a uniform of like my time in the Empire's army. Okay.
Sweet.
Right? In quality.
Ooh.
So I have a quality.
It is mine. Sorry.
You should probably put that on vibrate.
Because it's like right next to the microphone. I put it on
I'm
vibrate.
assuming it is like it is probably my dress uniform
Your dress
from my
blues.
time in like the Empire.
They've removed the etiquette skill, but anything that I could roll to figure out, like if this would be appropriate to wear to a high society function, if it like because I'm assuming
you
you're
can
not
do
an officer,
insight.
right?
I was.
You were an officer, okay. Okay, 3 with a +3 is a 6. Oh, sure, it'd be great. Make sure that yes, if you had any weapons that killed anybody, everyone loves to talk about that. It's gonna be really smashing.
I mean, I could help him. I could aid him. It's been a
fine.
while, and
That's
I'm not.
fine. So yeah, I mean, sorry, my brain just farted. What were you asking?
I was wondering. I was asking if. Ooh, that got close. Asking if his military uniform would be appropriate for a high society function.
Yeah. In Windfall, it's a little bit more easygoing than like regular high society. Even the Pinnacle District, is as sort of hoity-toity as it can be, is a little looser than maybe some other noble districts in other cities. So
Okay.
you'll be fine.
It should be fine.
All right.
So for now,
Prison
are we gonna head down to the
skivvies.
Way of Mercy first and see if we can find Lena and drop off these items?
What would be on the way?
Actually,
I think because I don't think it's an emergency to go down to
this
the Way of
one's
Mercy.
gonna
So
have
whatever
to
would
be
be on the
all
way.
you. At least I'll stand outside if this is what we do. Don't do very well with temples and holy things and water right in the front.
Fine.
So you guys
It's not going to take very long.
head to the Way of Mercy.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I will bring my uniform with me, but probably not put it on.
Okay. So you head to the Gray District, which you've been to a number of times, and with Lena, as a matter of fact, meeting up with Frederick at the Way of Mercy, you come to this sort of large square that's got a statue of 2 priests, and they look like twins, praying.
Wait a minute, there's a twins thing going on.
And the temple is in front of you, and you come up to the door and knock, I guess.
I'm not. Rose,
Who's
Rose
knocking?
is not leading this charge.
I knock.
Frederick opens me. Yes. Oh, hello.
Hey,
What would be the proper like if I was talking to a Catholic priest, I'd say father. Like, what would be the proper?
Oh
thing
no,
to
Duke
add?
knock.
Way of
No,
Mercy.
I know, but like,
Way of Mercy is a little more of a charity organization than a proper temple.
okay.
So it is in a church, but the church was already there, and that's where they're sort of
They
holding
just
up.
kind of okay.
They took it over. So yeah, the Way of Mercy accepts all religious backgrounds, including agnostic. It's more about the charity of the thing,
It's about the function of
about the function of it.
Okay.
So Frederick is like, hey, yes,
Frederick.
yes,
All right. How's it going?
good, very good.
We're looking for Lena. Have you seen her?
Yeah, she's been. They've been by. Yes.
Do you know about where they
I
are?
don't
Are they still here?
think they're in the mood to talk at the moment. I could send a message if you'd like.
Right. Well, so there was an incident, and she left very quickly, and I think
She mentioned that. Yes.
I think I dealt with it. So I just want to ease her mind.
Well, like I said, I can pass along a message and have her get a hold of you. I don't want to cross any boundaries here or anything, and I don't know the full situation. So.
Well, I just let her know we're here, and I let her know that I'd like to talk to her. And
Okay, I can
let
I
her
can
know
tell-
that whatever the situation is, I think it's dealt with.
Oh, okay, I can tell her that. Yes.
Right. I'll wait.
So I have a question for you. Where are you?
So I'm like in the back because
Okay.
I'm assuming that with the way that the building must be set up, there's like
Very sanctuary
spare,
with, like,
spare
yeah.
rooms, you know, or even like confessional booths or prep rooms off to the side, and so I'm probably in one of those.
Crying baby room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So after being like really uncomfortably spooked that someone outside of whom I was comfortable with, like showing my actual Warforged self to, like I just ran there to hide. And while doing that, and leaving the party overnight, I changed what my mask looks like, what my clothing looks like. I look a lot less drab, a lot more fancy, to kind of like throw people off so that they might not recognize me anymore. And so I guess hearing the conversation towards the front, I don't know, because it's all like murmur sounds to me. I just kind of sit and wait patiently in like the back room, kind of going over like, oh, do I need to skip town since someone noticed me, or like do I go back to the group and explain to them like how this went down? So I'm just kind of like head spinning, like, oh god, you know, just really anxious.
As you're sitting there thinking, like, going over all these options or what your life might have to change drastically for, Frederick comes in and he's like, your friends were just here. They are concerned. I did not tell them you were here. It's your decision, but they're good people, I can tell.
Well, thank you so much, Frederick. I'm just having a little bit of a difficulty here, but you don't need to go back and tell them anything. I'll go to the door. But thank you for housing me for a time. If you need me, I'll probably be back again. Though I will say, moving forward, if our group's mission gets a little more difficult, I might not stay with the Way of Mercy anymore. I
It's
hope
your
you
decision.
understand.
You're welcome anytime, and I'm here to help if I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so I'm gonna leave him, close up the door, and gather up my things and go towards the front of the church where they're at.
Okay. So you come out the door and you see Duke.
Hey, buddy.
Lena. I think I dealt with that dude. I think.
What
Colin.
dude?
Right. Whoa.
You deal with a lot of dudes.
Right. Whoa.
What dude you mean?
You got the Blue Oyster Bar.
Right. Well. You know the one guy that saw the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm real sorry about
Nah, you're
running
good.
off.
You're good. I get it. Right. But I think and not in like a stabby way, just for the record, not the only way I know how to solve a problem. Armand. Right.
I'm not here.
Right.
Good 20 feet off.
Yeah.
Right. I still say that like in your direction.
Just yell it.
Armand.
You just hear Armand for no apparent reason.
And I'm hiding from the light of the church.
They
But no.
found you out, Armand. You better run.
You know, I think
I can't.
I actually think we found a lead on how to fix he's a tinkerer of sorts. I think we may have found a way to fix the other Warforged, actually, and make an acquaintance. Possibly.
Okay.
Right,
Because
so.
I don't know if you guys picked up on this or whatever, but I'm like really uncomfortable with people who are skilled enough to break down my mechanical body like it's a cut of beef.
I'm sorry, you have you're what? Do you have like
Yeah, this is news to row.
Yeah.
what, do you
I
have
have
like
a
bits
lot-
of you that are what?
I have a lot of explaining to do. Why don't we maybe go back to the bar or like table this for now? I'm sure you guys might have a lot of questions, but I think we have some more pressing issues, right,
Sure,
to deal
yeah.
with.
Yeah,
I
that
think we
might
were
be
just
fair.
worried about you. I'm glad you didn't like, I don't know, get killed or something.
Yeah, like die.
Last night was weird, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I have a above table question. Are sapient Warforged like really rare in this world?
Fairly rare.
Okay.
Yeah, they're, most of the, constructs known as Warforged in the book, but like mostly they're they help mine in Droville. That's kind of their main purpose. They're constructed in the oil wards of Droville, and that's sort of their main source. There are sort of historical references to other sentient constructs and such like that. And there have been a few sentient constructs made by some fairly powerful magic users. But yeah, they're fairly rare.
I will just also say, Lena, right? Part of the Callisto that's in the sky. Good luck anybody tries taking you apart. Right? So, fuck them.
I mean, it's good to know. I'm glad you guys came to find me. I might also have some information while I was digging around with my contacts. I was updated about how the woman we were supposed to protect, how there's supposed to be some formal event regarding her. I wasn't too sure on the details. Is that something we actually have to concern ourselves with?
Yeah, we got like an invite, so we should probably.
going.
Also,
Yeah.
Armand's.
You look
we're all
amazing. I like whatever you've done
Yeah,
with
you're-
all of
you're
your things.
dressed
I mean,
for it.
you,
Yeah,
I might dress something
suppose.
like you because that's actually that looks very fancy to me.
Well, we should probably go. Armand's hiding over
Good
there. I
choice.
feel kind of bad for him. We should probably.
I just
Well,
wave.
before we head out, I
Oh,
just
yeah,
need
he's
another
the
minute.
fashion guy.
If I can wave down Frederick.
Yep.
I'm just gonna grab the bag of like I say would-be trophies, and I tell him, it's like, we found one of the groups that had been
Oh, that's right.
taking people,
That's right.
and they had been keeping these as trophies. I know that you're connected to, the people here who are, a little bit more unfortunate. Do you think you could help in getting these belongings back to their family members?
I can definitely help with that, yes.
Okay.
This is a consoling service. Do you know their fates? Are they dead or still captured? Or?
We don't know yet, but considering that I got these off of a Minotaur, I can't say that there's too much hope for the ones that were already taken, but we're gonna do what we can to find the rest.
Are we all
We're
in the
pretty
same
sure
place?
that they're dead, right?
Oh no, they're slaves.
It's
They're being
hard to-
used
they're
as
slaves,
labor
so-
to dig,
It's
so
trophies on a
maybe-
Minotaur, so that makes me think like
They could
Well,
have been taken
if they're any-
as they came in.
If
you
they're
know?
anything like my late friend that we originally tried to save, then
yeah.
I'm sad to say they might not be alive. So we
There's a good
we will
chance.
honor them, in our ways, and in giving those trophies back. I know Frederick would definitely be the person to help you with that, as he has so many before.
I will go to the families and see what I can do.
and then I'm just gonna tell them, like, please spread the word. Nobody travels alone right now. Too many people are getting taken, and it's only gonna ramp up, I think.
This is a good service, Son of the Sky. Thank you. Thank you, Valgan.
Quick question to you: is this like the religious district, or is it just this happens to be here?
This just happens to be here. Yeah, it's not. It is. There is a religious statue outside of it.
Oh.
That was the sort of priest.
So
twin
I don't
priest.
wanna be
That's
hiding
one of the things.
I'm just trying to think about. I want to definitely be hiding on the other side, but as the group's coming up, they can see that I'm, in an enthralling conversation with some of the young missionaries who are probably out, like spreading the word, have the "you will die" sign, and for your sins. And and it's up to you on how far we go with this, but I basically be like, the players are probably walking like, "You're young. Why are you having this abstinence, this dedication to your faith? Go, live a little, drink, and don't worry, your God will forgive you."
Natural one. Yeah.
All right,
Right.
15.
Why am I sitting here in this stupid robe and I could be in overdrive getting drunk? And the other one's like
One quick.
15 since you
19. Stuart, what are you saying right now, Stuart? Stuart, where are you going? Stuart, why are you naked?
Wait a minute.
Don't do it!
I'm free, thanks, Ormond, yeah!
So obviously, with the hubbub,
Doing the
I
old God's
am
work.
gonna just assume that I noticed this happening because
Yes.
I know where Armand is.
Hello, Alina, we were so,
so-
worried about you.
So I'm just gonna roll.
So you see two people that you're familiar with that you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand. And what I hope to achieve with that is I'm just gonna sleight of hand, just really hard, just pinch him, like, stop it. Leave the kids alone. Yeah, just pinch him really hard.
They're so young and
stop.
lively. All right, go ahead and roll.
Go ahead.
Robot pinch be pretty
Okay,
bad.
so it's 13 plus 6, 19.
I'm
Sleight of hand.
You're just like,
Pinch Armand a little bit.
I have to go. I would love to continue this another time, but I can't.
but you've already ruined Stuart's life. Your work here is done, Armand.
God.
As soon as we left, we were so worried about you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys missed me a lot.
Oh, we did. We looked, and it was. Now we're here. See?
We
Are
checked
there,
on you first after we realized you and Katinka were not there this
Are
time.
there any
Wait,
like Raven
Katinka's
Queen?
not with you guys?
Like,
Yeah, I think
temples
it's
around
fine.
here?
She's from here.
There aren't
She's
really
around.
True.
I think
Yeah.
Specific
I'm
Raven
not
Queen
really
temples
might know.
in general.
I wish
You can
that I
find,
did,
like,
but I
The priestess
left
in the district you're in, if
seeing
you
her wake
remember
up.
where she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
probably-
information.
Wasn't that kind of a
about
trance thing?
Yeah, it's not something that you really need right now, so it's not consciously available.
Also, Duke can't remember shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
your memories. Yeah, I bet it was you just like have the moment of like remembering how much you don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just black out and you're
Yeah.
like, did I black out?
Also,
Give
this
that
statue
feeling.
that's here, does it have like a spot?
Oh, that's a good idea. Dude.
I wanted to check the statue.
I don't say anything.
Okay.
I say nothing.
Because what is it? What's the statue outside? Like, what is it? A statue?
Religious.
It is two priests.
Yeah.
They're twins, and they're sort of in a prayer
Got it.
sort of formation.
So
Didn't
as
we
we're
get
do-
like a map or something of like locations around town?
Not specifically.
Okay.
Yeah,
just there? I think we were told some places, but
I am working on a map.
that's
Got
fair. We didn't get one.
We have a vague idea.
It's a weird thing to make a map for.
How far away are we
We have a
from
multi-tiered window.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got.
How much more time do we have until the event?
Correct.
For 2 p.m.
You probably have 4 hours or so still.
we still have to go shopping.
Rose wandered over to the
Shopping?
statue and has started.
Or, oh, the event, right?
Well, we'll get to the shopping. Let's finish the
Right.
statue because
starts looking around at it.
some of you are ill-dressed for something of that caliber, I guess.
I needed a new like scarf and things anyway. She starts to
Pockets.
look and she'll go, Armand,
Yes.
come help me look
All right.
at this statue. And she's looking for like places where maybe a stone could fit or something like
I
that.
cast my cantrip. Magnifying glass.
I get behind her.
all right,
And
roll
look.
with advantage or roll individually.
Okay, I got a good 17.
Natural 20.
Nice.
I don't know what it was for, if it was
think it's
investigation.
And if we both got it, I
20.
want to make sure through the cantrip it even glows a little bit through the spell so it looks even more impressive. Womp, womp. It's all visual. But,
Yeah.
Does anyone speak Elven?
Yes,
I do.
I don't know what I do.
oh, yeah. Hopefully the elf knows.
I do.
An elf.
Are you an elf too?
I'm a half elf.
He's only half as good.
No.
But yes, I speak Elvish.
I only know Celestial, Common, and Abyssal, so...
Nope.
What is? Do you see this? What is that?
It looks very fancy. It's leaning to the left a little bit. and
Is it like a border?
it's in calligraphy. Usually it's something
Love
that's
the
very-
idea.
Oh, is
that,
it like
they're like, I
writing?
think it says blah. Not it. And Duke's like,
It's-
it says blah.
It says
Read
love
it.
and
I think you're
peace.
smart. Come here. Can you read this?
What,
So
what
Duke
am I
walks up
supposed to
and
read?
it's
I was gonna
Oh,
call
actually,
anyone
if
but
we have
you.
10 minutes, I could cast a ritual and I could read it, and it'll be, I'll be able to figure
So I'm
it
gonna
out.
wander over to where they're like staring
Pull out
at
the
this
book.
thing, and
let's get one step at a time. So yeah, Duke, you walk up and you see it says, in remembrance of the silence.
Right. So you guys are like, oh, it's calligraphy and it says this thing and it's a blah blah
I
blah.
get ready to cast my ritual.
It says in remembrance of the silence.
Well, don't need this anymore.
Oh. That is very helpful.
Yeah.
By the way, it says-
why did
it
you
says
call
in
me
Elvish.
over? I'm not like a speak and say. Like
I don't know. You seem smart.
I'm not like a
You seem
speak and
smarter
spell.
than me. I don't know.
I don't have
More like a scratch and
babble.
sniff.
You have like a real job. I don't know. I
vertical
respect
droid.
Do these
your
look?
intellect.
Do these guys?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Do these?
This language I don't know.
I point out.
Let's try to be careful with multiple conversations.
Sorry.
And that's all good.
The quote that we found on that piece of paper, the silenced onyx would no longer be silenced. I think that's also a running theme.
Was there?
Can I do a history check to see if I know anything about the silence?
Sure.
11.
11? Nope.
Okay.
Not connecting this. Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I am without knowledge.
Are there any like? Is there any like slots or anything, or it just says that?
As you do that very, very thorough investigation, you don't find any stone-shaped slots that
Alright,
you
well.
considered.
Well, that's meaningful, I guess. Shall we
Wasn't there?
get
Wait,
close?
hold on. No.
Yes.
No.
Sure.
Because I remember. Wait.
Makeover montages.
Hold on. These are twins, right?
Yes.
And there were. Do they look Elvish?
Semi.
Semi. And the inscription on them is Elvish. In Elvish. Is it like an ancient dialect of Elvish?
Pretty old. Not like crazy ancient, but probably 800 or 900 years.
Like old, like the statue,
Yeah.
or an older?
Like it's the same age as the statue.
Wasn't there like on the thing? Like, didn't we read somewhere about how like the twins or something, right? That if the twins are this thing or whatever, then the silence will be broken or blah 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 blah. Wasn't there a thing about somewhere with twins?
No,
I'm
I-
making that up in dreams.
That is one of your dreams because I wrote down the thing that we saw, which was about the silenced onyx, that it would no longer be silenced. So that's the only clue we have in regards to that. The only thing about twins is we just keep noticing there's twins everywhere. That's just about it.
Gatehouse, Way of Mercy. Are the Goliath twins?
Yep.
Yes.
The statues.
The other gatehouse guards.
The other gatehouse guards. We know 5 sets of twins in one town.
Was there.
Must be like in the water.
my conversation with
probably.
Alondra, was there any mention of twins?
No.
No.
Not specifically.
All right. Yeah, so I think there is a theme, but not in what you were thinking. But no.
It's a strange coincidence for
Cool.
sure, but we have a party to get to, you guys.
And
so...
yes. And I imagine that the shopping scene would definitely be the montage like Dex mentioned, and I want the theme song to be I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred. And we're constantly having you coming down the catwalk, like, no.
Yep.
and I can definitely
Head
see
down,
Armand with the
just-
storekeeper like shaking their head, and, like trying to have something else on.
Yes.
Every time he goes back in, Valgon's just like, you gave your word. You gave your word. Remember your oaths.
But the big thing is, I'm saying, like, you can't wear armor. Like, you keep trying to like have the armor on and then have something over. Like, no.
Alternatively, I have some Way of Mercy uniforms you guys could wear.
Oh, I'm definitely wearing my like old school like military uniform.
But I want to make sure that
Is there
you have,
any
that you have
chance I can
I'm making
find
sure that you have
Temple of
epaulets, so you
Bahamut
gotta have the
formal
little
wear?
dangly.
It's a dress uniform. It has epaulets. It even has my rank and
has
insignia on it.
All right, so you guys hit Perseverance
wearing
Plaza
I'm wearing it.
to go
He
out
said
on the
it was
town
cool.
and
I'm aware.
check out the shops, pop into some places,
Yeah.
When I was a smart
sell a few
man.
things because you do all those
Above
swords and
table.
axe and stuff.
We do have a lot of gear that we could try to sell here.
Oh yeah, we are gonna sell a bunch
above
of gear.
table, is this gonna be the shopping montage?
Yes.
Okay. cool.
Yeah, we have
I'll keep it as brief as I can on mine at least.
Yeah.
4
wanna
long
get to talk to
swords,
time.
4 crossbows, 40 bolts. We no longer have 2 bottles of
If
Worcestershire.
someone wants to look up the common prices for those, that would be helpful.
When we get full, or do we get 10th or half? It's usually
half,
Okay.
yeah.
A small silver case full of dried up herbs.
Well, that's gonna be like that's what he got. That's the weed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's gone.
They
Yeah.
smoked that, I think.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
gone. Way
We
to
also-
keep up with inventory. Thank
We also
you.
got diamonds.
2 diamonds, 100 gold pieces each.
I opted out of scribing this game.
It's a good call.
Feels real nice.
So we,
I'm like, I'm not gonna.
I have access to the recordings, so that's where I scribe everything.
all right, so I've got
Helps a
Brute Blue
lot.
here,
Yes.
so maybe I can work with you on that in a second, Dex. The one thing I want to ask, though, just as a little point of etiquette, though, is that to the house we're going to...
You should point your mic up. But
Oh. Sorry, I think I knocked it down.
there you go.
Do they have a house color? Because I want to make sure that we all have a splash of it, whether it's even with his military uniform, it's whether it's a bandera or a sash or
Bronze.
bronze. So I want to make sure that everyone
Because you were told in the thing that you were going to be at House Bronzetree Bar.
So I want to make sure, as a way to be polite to our guests, that we all have a splash of bronze in our clothing attire, whether it's an accessory, a sash, or even with our military guy over here, have it be like, just like I said, like a military ribbon sash, something we could do.
Okay. Easy enough.
On sash.
Yeah, sure.
So who is getting new clothes?
Well, I've got noble clothes, but
I'm
I'm gonna
getting-
get an accessory.
I'm getting
Okay.
new clothes.
Getting new clothes.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
replacing my like traveler's clothes.
So you go into So Fancy.
Oh no.
Spelled S-E-W.
I assume this one
Awesome.
takes me into so
Oh,
fancy.
yeah.
Right.
You
She just like walks in and is like,
It's okay.
you walk into a very lavish shop with pink curtains on the windows and very very
away
nice
from the
tablecloths and like racks of very fancy clothes. Some like frilly dresses of various colors and all that kind of thing. And you see a fairly short counter as you walk up, and you see a goblin dressed to the nines, female with actually like pretty well kept hair, and she's like, "Can I help you?"
Oh, darling,
I
it's
don't
so
think
good to see
so.
you again.
And Rose gonna
No,
start.
and like she's a scared cat. I put my arm around her. It's okay. It is so good to see you again.
to see you too, Amma. Yes, welcome to
My really good friend here, Rue. We're going to a lovely affair at the Copper Bloods, and we need to have just the perfect outfit, but allows her to have the mobility, because she wants to dance or to be able to leap.
I like dancing.
She likes to dance.
All right, you talk so much. My name is Eliza. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ro.
Eliza?
And Eliza.
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 Eliza. Oh.
How is it?
Eliza.
There's 2 Z's in that.
It's hard to say the word.
That I apologize.
Common's hard
I
for the goblin
apologize.
tongue, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes accents I can't
No,
understand.
that's okay.
I'm very uncomfortable, Eliza.
Let me just measure you. Here we go. Oh, yes, you're going to fit many things in here. Pretty much anything on this rack over here. And she kind of points you to a rack of things. And
Okay.
there's a variety of colors. What kind of things are you looking for? What do you-
I would like my same outfit in fresh black.
So what I'm gonna do is
I'm like, is there anything kind of like what I am wearing now, but like fresh fabrics, and I would like a scarf that I can, pull up and like hide my hair.
Oh,
if
you
I
just want to be like a
and
fancier version of what you got.
I would like.
Oh, yeah.
I like to be able to move my arms and things. And
Oh,
like,
yeah, I got this. Not
so,
too
like, to maybe some
restrictive. Not too
pants
restrictive.
and I don't. This is much.
It's just a ball
It's
gown
wonderful
that's
on you,
black.
but
Oh, yes, this is merfolk silk.
it would look terrible with my color, which is like black and charcoal.
And because I'm going to try to use my fashion sense and also shopping kind of like
But is there-
knowledge, and it's like so knowing like, okay, she's trying to I'll
assuming
send
there's
her
nothing
mind
like that.
messages. She's trying to upsell you on the mermaid silk. That's just
So you sent me mind messages?
I can send mind messages.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
whole bunch of times
I had
in,
everyone connected.
in
on.
okay.
Overdrive. You
That's right.
personally weren't here for that, but your character was.
Oh, got it.
We were the ones like, we're in trouble. You're like running up the wall.
He was a communication hub for a minute there.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So yeah, I'll be like, no.
Are you okay?
It's a little dust.
And I'll kind of guide her also to like the clearance rack where at least like, oh, funeral wear right here.
It's all gonna be, is it all dresses in here? I bet it is.
I mean, that stuff is okay, but it's been worn, and I don't know what my ex is doing now. It's gonna be this now. It's fine.
do not trust her soul is full of lies.
It's like starting to go Vinny.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the best clothes y'all gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good.
I will take something from whatever is on the rack that fits me. I'm sure it is not what I want,
You find,
which is fine.
No, you find like a black, like pretty nice sort of form fitting, but
Okay.
It has a lot of embellishments, like sort of like a lot of like pleats and things that are kind of sewn into it. I'm assuming you're going for like more of a pants type of vibe.
I would, if she has to wear a dress, she'll deal with it.
No, you can find.
I don't know what people wear in
You can
fancy
for sure
places.
find like a pretty nice pair of black pants that kind of go.
And
along
I
with
also
it.
mentioned
That would be
mentioned
great.
her, and I also know a tailor, so that we could at least have your tail come out. Don't she overcharges for her little changes? I know a person.
That is very thoughtful. I also want, if there's not a scarf, I would also like to find as big and wide a long a scarf as I can, whether that's here or
Yeah,
somewhere else.
she's got all kinds of scarves. Like she's like, this one will look really great on you. It's like baby blue with like pink hearts sewn into
I
it.
kind of hold it. Are there like mirrors? How does one see oneself?
Yeah,
in
there's
this?
some like polished steel
Yeah, and
on
I'll
the
hold
side.
it up and be like,
And whenever I'm coming to bring
No.
items,
So gaudy.
I don't shine a reflection. So as I'm bringing in items, you just see an item hovering.
So you see, she sees you kind of like eyeing it, like kind of like, all right, I get the idea. You're the more gothy type, okay? And she brings like a black and gray striped scarf that kind of goes with your outfit.
this is better.
Yeah.
I like wrap it around, like pull it up and like hide my face really quick. This is
A little nefarious, but it's working for you. It's good.
It's working for you.
I'm leaning into it. I'm leaning. It's fine. It's great.
And I want to look for
I'm a lifer, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get the nice clothes on you, right?
and like a bronze accessory. So I'm imagining like a cloak pin.
Sure.
That's or something like that. A little
A copper, actually, I think is what we need.
piece that's bronze that I can match the bronze look. So something small that I can.
She's like, oh yeah, I got that's the
Clipper.
thing, and she kind of goes to a mirrored case and brings out like
A brooch or something.
yeah a cloak pin that's in the shape of a leaf, and it's all bronze.
Oh, this is the nicest
And
thing.
now
I've
I
seen
act
in
a little
this place.
offended and be like, you know that we were going to go to the Copperbloods, and the Copperbloods are always offended whenever they see bronze. And clearly, anyone who knows their metals would go with the correct metal. And I look like, bad mistake on you, Miss Goblin. And
Well,
I
if you're going to the pinnacle, that's bronze. Is the
thought
bronze?
you said we're going to the copper.
No,
Are we
the
not?
Copper Bloods is what we're
it's-
doing.
We're not doing
Yeah,
them. Forget them. That's a Kaylee storyline. We're gonna just decide.
I mean, you can go
That's
you
right,
want.
that's the Kaylee
Yeah, you can go you want, but
We're doing
I was just trying to let you know that
bronze
All right.
thing.
that's a Kaylee thing.
While they're doing that, is there like a military uniforms section?
You could there's probably a surplus store
Actually, since
But
it's-
not-
instead of like the
in
nice.
so?
Yeah, well, it's yeah, and so so fancy. She's like, I got some military-esque things, but nothing specifically military.
Shit, so fancy.
I just
Need
imagine like
second
while they're
water.
like trying things on in their montage or whatever, Duke's like over here is like the like sort of like dour dude, and it's like he's like trying things on. And they're like, try these hats on and stuff, and they're like, oh, these things, and he's like, and they're putting hats on, and they're like, oh, everything's fun. And he's like, while they're jumping around him, right, as part of the montage.
I will say like, there's a what did you have in mind?
I was gonna see if they had like one like uniforms of either the dynasty or the empire, and look to see if any of them are from people that I know.
They generally take the name tags off. but-
Yeah, I would say you don't find specifically dynasty and you don't find actual military uniforms in
That's fair.
a clothing shop. You might be able to find like a surplus area and like you might find some stuff like that. There are some militaristic-esque, uniform-esque clothes. Something that's like a little just straight and form-fitting, and just jacket and floofy thing and that type of thing. Slightly more noble, but like maybe like a lieutenant's sort of outfit.
All right, so barring my ability to find actual military outfits, where would I find this like bronze, like Worf-esque scarf, shawl?
And can I add in also? We're going to need two things. We need the bronze, and then we also going to probably need something for the black bones, because they're the ones who are inviting us out.
Possibly.
Like, is that just like an actual
Oh, I
piece
kind
of
of
bone?
thought it was one and the same.
They don't really have a specific,
They don't have a color, house color. Okay.
other than black, which you guys are already going to
yeah,
do.
so
Like,
we'll already rock that.
I'll definitely
Yes.
be wearing black.
You can probably find a fancy shawl in here. Like, there's this one, Duke. It's blue. It'll match. I don't know something.
I will trust both of your expertise.
So like a dark, deep navy blue shawl that kind of goes with your the gray clothes you sort of picked out.
Yeah, what's the color of my uniform? My like military uniform.
Whatever you want it to be.
Well, no, like what's the military uniform for
that's a good question.
the
I was gonna say
Empire.
that was some lore. you just
Sorry.
handed me.
Yeah.
I'd have run with it.
Hold on. I got this.
Magenta.
Yeah, I gotta bounce around a bunch here.
No, I'm pretty is it gray?
pink.
Was I one of those? Was I one of those guys? Sky
What's that?
said, "Is it gray?" Was I one of those guys?
Well, hold on. Gotta spell
Throw a
things right.
curveball in the DM like that. You gotta
Sorry.
I know.
I will also, whoever was looking at prices, be asking about what my outfit costs in a minute.
No, we
so
got you
someone's
covered.
got the thing.
We got to cover.
Okay. I was
Okay.
so someone can look it up because it's not me. I'm not looking it up. Give you a heads up.
Red cloak, silver armor, silver epaulets.
Red cloak, silver armor, silver epaulets.
Yep, you have a rank of captain.
Okay.
And I'll start doing math. Let's work on the what we got for gear and stuff like so we start selling it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we can
I'm
do that
trying
on
to
the side
think of
while they do the
what
Johnson.
Bahamut former well would be, because normally
Yeah,
for their churches it's
four
like there's
longs, swords.
only one guy who lives there because it's mostly like way stations for people to come through and
Right,
rest
right.
up. So
I like to think it is just in
Like
fact
a
your
hospital.
armor
Hey,
with like
no,
a
it-
fresh
that's the thing.
cloak. That's what I.
that's the thing for a paladin, but
But I
it
don't-
would be the armor just cleaned up.
Yeah, so you can just rock your armor. That'd
Yeah.
be totally fine.
Okay.
Maybe you get like a piece of bronze if you want.
Yeah,
Rope
I can
plans to be
get like
rocking her
a
armor.
belt sash or something like that to.
Okay.
Ro's gonna try to put her armor either under or over her
One gold
clothes.
piece,
Just
not
for
a
That's
jump
fine,
to go.
yeah.
Looking like this
2
now.
guys.
Oh, tight.
Got that.
Oh yeah.
And we got
So
Like,
yeah,
look
so
like
you.
she does, like,
If you wanted to get a
very-
like bronze sash, she comes
Well,
in like,
it's not
Yeah, it's got this. I got this that everything's kind of sewn into it. That'll work great. If you just want to tie it around your waist.
I'm covering
Great.
every
We
part
got
of my
150
body, so arms, hands,
Yeah.
legs,
So
so no one can
Okay.
tell I'm made of metal.
all right, we also got 3 conversations going again. Sorry.
Sorry.
I know.
we're doing
I know.
So we've got. So I'm set. She's set.
Yeah, I'm already dressed.
Rose good. Duke is good. Armand, you're the only one who isn't dressed yet.
I'm over it. Actually, I have noble clothing,
Your-
but it just looks a little shabby. I
Your
just
clothes
need to.
look like they're 500 years old.
All
Will
right.
you should probably
You
get new
have bite
clothes.
marks in it.
Well, that's because leeches bit on me. Fine. I find something dashing that is all in black, very sleek, kind of like when Jareth was in the masquerade ball in Labyrinth.
Yes.
So with the very
Yep.
flashy kind of like a escort.
I have the sequin
Multiple.
cravat
And then like
that you're sporting.
bronze buttons maybe.
And also, you have to have the tight pants.
Yep. Yep.
Is your
They're,
cravat?
they're leather.
and a bronze codpiece.
I don't know about that. That's drawing a little attention.
I'm just saying it's where you want to draw the attention.
Didn't Jareth have a codpiece?
He
In that one?
his main outfit, he just had really tight leotards that really showed the package.
Oh, gotcha.
Quick question for you. Usually most D&D games, gems are at a 1-for-1 because they're almost like currency. Is that how
Yeah.
it's true here? Okay, just making sure. We have 331 gold pieces from the syllable loot, and then we have 150 gold from our just general funds.
Yeah, well, so 150
Far more than
from
I have. I have
have-
40 gold, and I
You
thought
guys
I was
haven't.
making.
You guys
lots
haven't
of
split
money.
gold yet, yeah?
Yeah,
split
no.
gold yet. So we have
I
150
have 9
from the
gold.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. So from our
No,
syllable
I thought
loot,
that
we
was not going to be able to afford my
331.
clothes.
331. Okay.
So I'm doing the math here, and we're just keeping it as a group fund.
I just give
Well,
all
that's-
my
that
money
is if
to
you don't wanna
charity.
keep the
What do I
diamonds,
need
though,
it for?
No, we're selling the diamonds. Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait. What do you mean? When Ro wouldn't know that those are for saving people's lives.
Well,
Those ones aren't.
We also don't have people who could cast those things.
So total, we actually have 723
Amongst the team.
amongst the team.
Okay.
Well, none of that is in Lena's pocket because she's.
So wait. How'd you get to that number? Because there was 150 and 300. And
Well, we had
plus what?
331 from the 2 diamonds, the crossbows, the bolts, the long swords,
right.
and I did those. Did the weapons at half.
Right.
He had 150 gold that we found the previous session. That was just in gold coins.
So that should be like 5 something, right?
But then he said they had other money that they had.
But then we had We had
okay.
stuff from before. So we had
Okay.
like 200 and something.
So you are
plus.
correct. We were temporarily,
Wait, are
like,
you
just from last session, it was like around
tabulating
400, but then they had
player's
Gotcha.
class would start with?
All right, so
So what is our
We
total
had,
cost
like-
for the most
okay,
noble
okay.
clothing?
So I was
goes
like, my
at
character
around,
has no money.
Yeah. No, as a party, we should have 723 gold.
Clothes, fine. 15 gold pieces.
I have
each.
48 as a
So-
player.
Yeah.
so I'd say 20 with the brooch,
The extra stuff.
15 for you, and you're just getting a sash,
Just
so
getting a
like
sash.
2. Yeah.
What? What else are you wearing?
His
No,
armor.
it's-
He's literally just tying a sash around his armor.
That's literally
It's shining and
like
making it pretty.
Paladin of Bahamut. This is technically formal wear.
Would my
Yeah,
etiquette
wearing a
know?
military
Would my
uniform.
etiquette know that if someone's showing up in armor
Undergarments
at a formal dinner, would that be
right.
uncouth?
He's a paladin. It's kind of expected.
That happened.
I've got like
this
the
one's in a
cloak and
military.
everything.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
I'm definitely wearing my armor too.
It's just like a holy child that is wandering around just doing his thing. You just
There was no instructions on specific what you have to wear, so you're just trying to make a good impression.
Armand has this beautiful image in his head of all of us just in this finery, and we're all gonna show up with like our armor on top of our clothes.
You're ruining everything. This is not a formal party.
I'm never inviting you to tea ever again.
they did invite a mercenary company from the lower
Yeah.
floors to come to dinner.
I'm just gonna act like I don't know you. I'm saying. No,
Yeah, they probably have a small
I
expectation that
Right,
they're going to be a little rough for
We're
someone.
meeting at a public bar.
So like,
Yeah.
I will say, Duke is not like a chump. He definitely well maintains his armor and weapons. So his armor is polished. It is in good condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
36 gold pieces. I think. Yeah, I got a total of 36 gold pieces. I heard. A total.
That sounds
Subtracted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, if you want to give me the 6-way split of what's left, then everyone can add that to their personal.
Sweet.
Sans me.
good. Why?
You're not gonna take
I
any?
don't. If you give me money, I will give it away as charity because I'm still part of the Way of Mercy.
I think that's how that
And
goes.
what am
though.
I gonna?
Yeah, that's-
what
that's
am I
fine.
gonna?
That's part of it.
What am I gonna?
Yeah.
Okay,
What am I
so-
gonna do?
You guys can keep it in a group pot if you want to. By the way,
Yeah.
I don't mind it being in a group pot.
I also don't mind that.
Is everybody okay with
Robo
that?
just steal things.
I was hoping to look up rituals that might be added to the spell book.
Actually,
because
no. I take that back. I
could
will
be
carry
helpful.
a single gold piece.
We're
that's what you
687.
did last
I'm
time,
also
too. Yeah.
cool with being like, hey, what rituals do you want added to your spellbook so that we can cast them?
Yeah, because this would be something that like we could just have on the fly, be able to cast, as that's the benefit of wizards. So
Are you wanting to look for a magic shop?
As a question though, that whole dress up montage, we had 4 hours. How long do we
Mm-hmm.
have now?
About 3 hours. Probably.
Okay.
That didn't take too long.
all right, I'm looking that up right now.
So you're going to the magic shop.
Going to the magic shop. Going shopping.
To the magic shop.
All right. So you come into a touch of cold.
Magic shop.
An ominous exterior with a dimly lit interior. There's a counter that runs halfway through, separating it. There are small displays with potions and scrolls, as well as a few unusual weapons.
Question.
Yeah. You
said-
guys would notice some glyphs on the ground.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do I notice any glyphs on the ground?
Your passive perception
I'm
is not
gonna
high.
It's not good
probably take more of a concerned approach to those and move around and not over the glyphs.
Ro will also step over or around them. She won't
Okay.
step on them or on if it's like a stone with the glyph. She's gonna step around. This.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume I just
she'll
walked
jump
on them
over.
because I was probably in front.
Yep, and nothing happened.
Yep.
Okay.
It does.
Doesn't matter.
Are any of these unusual weapons tridents?
Unusual weapons, huh?
A trident is unusual.
Yes. You see a trident on the wall,
Duke says that.
and below it says a little sign, "Trident of Fish Command."
Man, that is not the trident. I ask him,
That is the only official
That is
magic
the only magical trident
that I
in
know
the
of
book.
personally, but we'll find some ones.
Right, right.
We'll make some up.
What about swords?
Ro's gonna look over.
Or shields?
yeah, there's
actually.
thousands of swords. We know that. There's one in trident. Thanks, John.
Nothing that pops your eye. I mean, there are swords and daggers and other things in here, but nothing that's like kind of the kind of thing that you're looking for.
Okay.
Ro
you
will
know?
look for arrows. if there are any, like, bows are interesting. She likes her bow. A better one would be nice, but it is her bow. But she'd look for arrows.
As you're kind of taking in the shop, there's a lot to take in. There's like herbs and like potions and like just a bunch of crap on there. So like,
Would be good at looking.
if you want to go ask the proprietor, that might take less time.
That is fair.
Yes.
I figured someone else is this. I didn't decide to come here. Roja's kind of browsing as other people talk.
So you
She
see
hadn't
from
really thought
behind
about shopping in here.
a green hood with gold trim. Woman pulls her hood back and says, "Welcome to A Touch of Cold. Can I help you?"
Yes.
Yeah, I was
I'm
wondering how
Alan
much for the
Thier.
trident.
That's a very good question. I'd have to look it up. It's sort of an unusual piece. Are you seriously interested in? There's no fish anywhere near here.
Yes.
Duke, trident, how much?
DMG prices really suck. There's some really good conversions. That
Yeah, I know.
make more sense.
I do pretty
Yeah.
quick lookups here.
Yeah. Because it's honestly embarrassing what they recommend in the DMG.
I could let that go for like 300 gold pieces.
Right, well, like you just said, there's, like, no fish around here.
Yeah, I did say that before you asked me the price.
Right. Well, it makes it less useful, so does that, like, take the price down a little bit?
Well, no, it's already on the lower side for an item of that quality.
I mean, come on.
But they typically go for 300 to 500. I'm giving it to you for 300, which is the lowest side.
It's a good price. I sent a message to his head as well as like, even if it has no use for the fish, it's still magical and could get, past creatures that are a little tough on the hide, if you know what I mean.
Right, well, I mean, that's what I was
Are you
thinking.
really gonna spend half of our money on a fork of fish control?
Excuse me. If you dare insult
He loves the fork. Don't call it a fork.
the fine weapon tradition of trident mastery again, you and I will have words, sir.
This is where it gets complicated with the group pot because individual purchases can take it out of a lot of the pot. So
What benefit to the group is your
my
fish
recommendation is to
speaking?
split it, and you guys can save your own magic items that way.
Nobody's talking to you right now, DM.
One thing that I've done in the past is that if something that one of the players wants to pull from the group pot, they now, and if it's beyond what the divided part is, they owe the group that debt. So when the next pile of loot or magical items come in, then we could, it's easier to disperse. Be like, okay, you owe the group from that.
That could work too. Yeah.
If
However you guys want to do it,
you
but
can make an argument.
it can make things
Well,
complicated.
before we get in that, I wanted to discuss the whole reason why we're here is to discuss at least the spells, the rituals that could be able to help the entire group. So,
Yeah, but that was before the trident.
I guess. But allow me to at least describe the spells, and then we can make the trident decision. Is that okay?
Well, first of all, one question. If I throw the trident, does it come back?
I don't think so. Not this one.
I'm less interested in the trident.
So,
Do you have some weird crow feather magic to make it come back?
It's a very personal question. Appreciate you stay out of my affairs.
well,
You know that.
That's actually an interesting question. If you get enough levels of warlock.
Oh, that's actually.
or I get one more level of artificer, I can enhance it to return, but that's just only if I go that direction. Anyways.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
I'm failing you. All right, lovelies. Allow me to at least explain, the whole reason why we were traveling at first was to maybe enhance some of the spells I'd be able to cast so that it could help out the group. So here's a good selection. If I could just make a recommendation or two. Two of them that I could be able to cast without having any preparation, just look at the book, is called Skywrite. I point at the sky and I could change the clouds to deliver any message that any of us could see. So if we're ever divided, like we sometimes are, or if you're on a scouting mission, we could be like, go home, or leave a coded message we
She
noticed.
pulls out the sending stones. Goes, we have something to do that.
I know
don't
we
want
have
your
it, but
little
in
cloud
case-
trick. You can't hear. What? I couldn't hear
Okay,
you. I
hold
was
on.
still talking.
You know it's really cool if you could just change the clouds to spell
Puts it
something.
back.
Ellen Thier is listening to this conversation when was the last time you all saw the sky?
I don't
Aren't we
know.
like
Actually, no, yesterday.
That's true.
Yesterday.
You should go out and walk with your bare feet on the grass more. It's good.
I very rarely leave the shop, but
The other one is called Magic Mouth, where I could leave an encoded message, and there's a trigger that we could have where it'll just basically, the object, whether it's the wall, a stone, or anything, will just have a mouth and say a sentence based on whatever. So if we need to leave something behind for, let's just say one of us has parted away or sneaking away, we could leave a message for each other.
Are you drunk?
No.
What other magic? All the world of magic things, and you're like, I would like to put a mouth on this cup. I think that is worth. How much are these? How much are these? Are these like 50 gold?
Wouldn't
Are
it
these
be
more?
incredibly useful if we
I'm
had
just
an
saying, this is-
ability to detect someone who had, I don't know, an enchantment they might not know about on them?
hello, Fern.
Hello, Fern. Let's see.
Ah, it's Fern!
Oh, that's fun. Hello.
I already have that, so that we've already got that covered.
Okay.
What about like blowing something up? Like if you could like
Not a ritual-
slice something,
I
or could like
I could make something so that it shatters
make
all.
darkness.
The shadow spell would work. That's one of them, and it could destroy all kinds of objects and people at the same time.
I mean, that sounds great.
Okay, well, there's that, and that's 100 gold pieces.
Okay, sorry. But no, you say you could destroy objects and people, and the Warforged over here is like,
One and the same.
Yeah, I'm real nervous.
Let's see. Also, detect thoughts. So if you're having a conversation, I could read the surface thoughts of somebody.
Now
is
that
pretty
that
good.
does seem pretty good.
That actually
Although I
sounds
like the magic talking rock, but that's okay. Yes.
Have
Can't
them.
you made
Well,
like-
what's
you
the
made
what's
like-
the what's the right? So why the magic talk? You said ritual and things and stuff. What's this with the
Well,
ritual and the thing?
Some
and stuff?
that I have to
Explain these
prepare
things.
for myself, and I could only be able. Yes, so I'd have to read it and be prepared for it. Whereas these rituals, I could just simply read it out of the book and be able to cast it. And that's the benefit of them, and that's why I like to at least lean on that side. But I'll respect the reading of the surface thoughts, turning invisible.
I'm gonna leave this woo-woo shit to you boys, and then she's gonna like just go wander around and look at shit.
This
see
is a
some
body
potions and
conversation as you're walking away. Yeah.
So what are you
I
looking to
basically
get?
recommend Detect Thoughts is really potent to the group, and that's 100 gold pieces. And then Invisibility, I could cast it on anyone, and they could become, well, invisible. So those are the
I
two.
think invisibility, Armand, would be your best choice.
but you can do detect thoughts as a ritual too.
It's not ritual. It's a divination, but it
That
is.
would be really great to be able
Consider
to
it
just
you
like.
using my portion of the party's gold.
Can you do identify? Do you have
I
identify?
have it in.
When you say invisibility, Ro comes back and she's like, I mean,
Oh.
being able to like just disappear would be really great, and she's going to
Can you do first and
become invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
second? And second?
Yeah.
So Ro just casts invisibility.
That would be really nice. I mean, how much is it? I would love to be able to
100
just
gold
do
pieces.
that. I'm not. You cannot see me. I have cast invisibility without realizing that I did it.
Ro.
Would there be a
Whoa.
feather or anything like that?
A what?
Because that's one of my
Wait,
new
what happened?
things. Would there be a feather or anything like that
Ooh, interesting.
for me
Mm.
doing that?
I think it's
I wouldn't say a feather per se, because it's not directly a Raven Queen thing.
Yeah.
But like, definitely like, if you hadn't been looking in her direction when she cast that, you would see sort of a familiar sort of black aura take her out.
So can I ask whether or not I noticed her just blip out of existence, but I can
make
still hear her?
I
perception
mean, I'm
check.
talking to you
I'm
guys.
assuming you still
talking.
I'm sitting here talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I came back. I
Yeah,
said Ro
9.
came back when you said invisibility,
Oh.
and was like, "Oh, that would be really nice to
Okay.
be able to do that. How much would that be?" And bamfed when she was like,
I am working on putting up a slideshow for character info. I meant to do it today, but I will get to that.
That'd be
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it's possible.
she does not know that she is invisible. She is continuing to talk to you.
Where did you go, Ro? Ro?
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
And
That would
I'm
be a
gonna
lot
reach
of
my
fun.
hand out, and I'm probably gonna go.
What the fuck are you doing?
You're not here.
What do you mean I am not here? I am.
I pull
there a
out
mirror?
my vanity mirror. Ah, pretty. You see?
You and
So,
yours- I've seen your
Can
like
I
weird.
can I roll Arcana or something to see if I know about it, can I get advantage since it's from the Shadowfell?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I?
Because I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
Can you see yourself if you're invisible?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
12.
What?
12
12?
on a natural 13.
I mean, it's not that hard considering, you're familiar with it and stuff like that. So I would say yeah.
Wow.
So, bro, I don't know if you know this.
I'm over here.
I don't know if you know this, but
And she like waves her hand in front of his face,
you
You are not here.
pokes him in the face.
yeah. So you
You cannot see me.
no. But you may have
How did I do that?
just done a thing like I do a thing.
Can I make myself like? Is this a Banff thing? Have I half Banffed?
I don't know.
I'm in the same spot, I think.
But you use the same.
Do you remember any detailed conversations with like a demon or a devil, and maybe a contract that you
It
signed?
wasn't that. It wasn't that.
She thinks she doesn't say anything, but she thinks back to last night when she looked at Duke, and she felt a something, a little.
We call those hormones, yes.
A little pull,
Powering of the heart.
and but she won't say anything. She's gonna look at Duke though. None of you know.
Thank you, Queenie.
I don't think so. Can I?
And interrupt
can I
away if the chat's part of the fun.
Yeah, that's great.
No, yeah, talk.
Yeah.
Please do.
Part of the fun of having a very small
That's
screen.
why we do it. Can I just like make it stop, and then I'm gonna make myself not invisible.
Yeah, you can drop it anytime you want.
Yeah, great. I'm gonna drop it. All right. Did it work? Can you see
I
me?
can see you now. So yes, you now can cast spells.
What the fuck is that? What?
I mean, she can cast spells.
I mean, that's very cool, but it did
So
feel.
I
It
don't-
felt different from like my hunt, from how I fight.
So I don't think that she made.
Can I do that?
Allow me to give you an
Are you
education.
limited? Can you do things more than once?
suppose.
No, you're going to have to
Pause.
rest a little bit. Allow me to educate
Pause.
you a little bit. No, I got to
Right,
explain this.
because it's like the way that I do it,
Oh yes, yeah.
right? So it's not a demon. It came from like the same place that I come from, right?
Oh, you're a demon?
No, no, I'm not a demon, right?
Where
But-
do you come from, Duke?
Oh man, that.
Hey, Duke.
story.
What did you do, Duke?
I didn't do shit. First of all, right?
I love the way Rose says Duke all the time.
I think what you did is you got. I don't know what
Are you talking
did.
to me?
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but
Well, okay.
let's hear the wizard talk.
All right.
Pause.
All right.
Now, allow me to explain.
I need
You
to
see-
think about this.
Allow me to explain one thing. Maybe this will help out. You see, when it comes to arcane magic, you see, wizards, like, imagine, like, just we're all going to school. Wizards have to use books, they have to use rituals, and we have to study hard to get that A. Sorcerers, it's part of their blood. They're just naturally good at that. They just show up to the test and they get it. Warlocks fuck the teacher. And that's how they. And that's how they get
Did you
their
give
spell.
me an STD, Duke, when you like looked at me? Did you like look at me STD? Do you remember when you?
If you got an STD,
Did you like bend through me? When
I
you,
am
when
learning
you were
so
fighting
much
that
about the
book on
party
me?
right now.
it's because
You see? And I'm trying to explain warlocks. They have to find a page.
Did you give me
Hold on,
shadow
hold on, let-
STD?
it's if you got an STD, it's because you licked me
I never licked you, Duke.
that you know of.
All right, I have to think about this. We're going to have a conversation.
Meanwhile, in the
Valgan's like considering like the spiritual ramifications of the Shadowfell rubbing off on people.
Lena, what are you doing?
very back corner of this shop, and since it's got like some odds and ends, a little bit of everything, I happen upon a random like jar, seemingly filled with like some sort of preservation liquid like formaldehyde, and there's just like 2 human eyeballs in there, and they're looking at me, and I'm just gonna look back at them and contemplate what it would be like to be fleshy and human, because it seems like those eyes are a lot prettier than mine. And I'm just thinking, like, what would it be?
Elenthier is gonna be like
a human being.
Are you a-
just for a second, you know?
Are you a fellow alchemist? You interested in ingredients? I have very many of them.
Not particularly. I'm just noticing these really beautiful human eye specimen you have here. I'm not gonna ask where you got them.
I actually don't know where they came from. I acquired them from a collector of such things, if you know what I mean. Didn't ask too many questions. He was a former mortician, so.
Does that mean like serial killer?
Hold on.
I mean, I'm not interested in purchasing them.
No, his name is Kedem.
Clearly a serial killer.
I don't know. I mean, I buy some things off of him occasionally.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Actually, I do have a tap into the criminal organization. Would I know? I'm actually an informant as well.
You might be. Well, roll.
19 to see if she knows.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
No clue.
She's being very truthful. She's doesn't really know where they came from, but
Can I
she
roll
did
on that
acquire
too?
them.
Oh yeah, you're a criminal
From,
too.
yeah, from my smuggler business.
Natural.
Natural 20.
I love that it's a natural 1 and a natural 20.
It's clearly in my line of work and not yours.
There is a.
It makes sense.
Yours is more like making coats out of poodles. Sorry.
There used to be, and he hasn't been around in a while, a sort of unusual wares seller that would come to Windfall occasionally. And he originally grew up in. Sorry, look at the wrong one.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
Dresden City.
From Dwenfell. From Dwenfield.
He was a mortician in Dresden City.
Okay.
And he would supply wizards or arcane users that needed certain supplies that may not be completely legal with those supplies.
Makes sense.
And occasionally people would buy them as trinkets and other decorations.
It is good business.
Yeah,
I mean,
So-
why not? They were not using them anymore.
right. With a natural 20, you might know also that he himself was rumored to be a necromancer.
Cool.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Melithor.
Kedum Gloom.
Is he connected to Melithor?
Like-
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's a professional actually.
Okay.
This is probably very legit.
I'm
Do you,
not sure why the rest of you are taking interest in this. I'm just pondering my own existence over here. don't mind me.
I'm just going to recommend that invisibility to detect thoughts seem like the most useful, and that's going to be 200 gold pieces to the group fund, and you can just make a mark that I pulled from the fund.
Is that what they would be, or would we? Does she think we're weird and doesn't want to? Like, what would it?
she's like, so you
Like,
need
what
some
would it be?
paper and ink of the magic variety.
Yeah.
I can help with that. Yes.
But I would
I imagine
actually
there's a
need
lot
the
of
spell when I
eccentricity
scribe it
coming
over, and that's the cost. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would
So
they have that then?
she would need to have that in inventory.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's these are out of the player's handbook, so I don't think they're
Okay.
too unusual.
Well, all right. We'll say you get those. I have to look into like availability of spells at shops because I don't think every shop would have every spell. But for these, they're pretty simple. She's got them on hand. She also has some other scrolls. If you're interested, anyone.
Yeah.
She has a scroll of identify.
I mean, Rose not interested. Amy's interested.
A scroll of
Rose
find
having a
familiar.
hard time
A
with
scroll of
smoking.
burning hands, and of course ink and paper. So.
Good.
Getting some ink and papers. probably.
I got what we need. Thank you.
She's like, you're all very strange, but thank you for coming in.
Rose just looking at her.
For you
hands.
warrior types, do you need any healing potions or anything like that?
Oh, we could probably use some of those actually. I think we use them
Fairly
all.
self-sufficient on the
No,
heal.
I'm actually pretty good.
But now we come to back to the same first part of the conversation.
I would
Do
like
we
one
want
of
a
those.
magical trident to be able to command fish? Because it is magical and will help us if we face creatures like werewolves that are resistant to us and our non-magical weapons.
So you're the one with the invitation, right?
Oh, yes.
Read it again.
It says, Callisto of the Sunless Sky, you are hereby invited to a soiree in Pinnacle District to thank you and reward you for saving my wonderful daughter Sylvia, signed Harold Blackbone.
It sounds like you're going to be rewarded. Maybe we should save the shopping till after.
And how much is it for the health potion?
50.
Will you do 39? And I pull out 39 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
So good at those.
So it's up to you. I'm just putting it back on the group.
12.
12. She's like, you are aware that these are very commonly 50 gold.
I have 39 gold.
I think you have more than that.
I give her 11 gold pieces.
I don't. How's 50 gold?
Sounds wonderful.
Then half.
There was a hole in your pocket.
These fell out.
So you're taking the 39 of your own coffer,
Yeah.
plus
11 of mine.
11 of... Oh, 11 of yours. Okay, gotcha.
Ro has no money. She wanted no business with this trident. She needs to be able to save her own life.
All right. Where are we at with the trident?
That's up to this guy over here.
That potion tastes like Diet Cherry Coke.
I asked her if she has any other tridents.
That's the one she's got. Are you looking up trident? Are you Googling tridents right now?
Ooh.
What is that strange device you're holding in your hands? It's so unusual.
Test.
You can only force the DM's hand so much.
I think we're good on.
So we're
Oh
dressed.
wait, I have one.
We got dressed. We have potential spells. I'll need more hours to study them. But yeah.
tonight.
So, real quick, just because I wrote it down, when you go to sell the arrows and swords and greatsword, you walk into a blacksmith that has a plaque of a black hand on the outside, signifying that he has graduated from the Black Hand Academy in Firestone. You walk in and you see a half-orc, bald, more tan skin with a touch of green, shirtless and sweaty, covered in soot, hands at the hammer. He's like, I'm Clank. What do you need?
Clank.
Well, Clank, you see, are adventurers, and we've come across and procured some used weapons, armor, and all the sorts, so we just want to make sure that we get a good, fair price, and we've heard such great things about your establishment as we sell you these just fairly hardly used...
As you put down the long swords and the gigantic greatsword, he's like, where the hell did you get a great axe that big?
Well, the user was of the bovine characteristics.
Oh, I see. Well, I can offer you, and he offers you the half price amount to you guys.
Okay, sounds good. I asked him
about the great axe.
Yeah, of course, the great axe had some embellishments. You noticed that it had serrated edges for extra grindy, and it was. I know it's mostly for intimidation, but I don't know if you would have clientele.
We get all kinds in here. I'm sure I'll find someone. If nothing else, I can always melt it down and make something else.
And you just made us look up what a great, because we didn't have. We forgot about the great axe. So
Oh, shit.
Yeah, thank you. More money. Yay, GM.
Money.
Surprise.
So one of you just had that on your back this whole time.
Yeah, it was me. It was definitely me.
I have another 15 gold pieces.
Nice.
All right.
He's like, I probably will end up melting it down. Well, if you ever need anything custom, I can.
Well, we
Help you out
are
with that.
on the search for a very efficient trident. I know these battle weapons of harpooning fish could also be used in gladiatorial arenas and other skilled fighters. So perhaps something that's more than just like what you would find off like a common weapons rack, but something maybe that's enhanced, maybe coated in silver, something special.
Well, I can certainly whip something up that's a little nicer than your average trident. Of course, any trident that's been fused magically is going to inherently have a little bit more to it than that. But yeah, we could do silver tips.
Do you perhaps have someone in your line of work that enhances that we could also see, like to creating something custom? I know this would be something down the road. Maybe we'd have to put a little deposit today and we come back tomorrow.
There's some people in the Pinnacle District that can handle some of those enchantments for you.
But we could at least have you craft the initial item.
Oh, of course,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
enhance it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, let's go ahead and put down a deposit for a really efficient and fine-looking trident of the Shadakar culture. Am I pushing too hard?
All right. The silver part is going to be the expensive bit, and that's going to be 100 gold total to have that weapon crafted.
Let's do it.
All right.
Deposit. Does that sound good?
Duke was just sitting there like,
Is this what you
So
want?
you unlock.
How much is this gonna be?
So like, how does
Yeah,
how does that work
exchange.
in regards to like
Yeah, like, what's
if we like do that and then get it enchanted? Like,
Well,
Well, it'll be an enchanted silvered weapon, basically.
is that like better?
Slightly. I think silvered weapons have some effect on undead. Or
no, it's werewolves.
Werewolves?
And then, just to speak game mechanically, the enchantment part can get through other things that need a magical weapon to hit it as well. But usually people only get silvered weapons and then they don't enchant it because, they just keep it like a silver dagger just as a backup.
Is that how it is in like?
Honestly,
world
man,
as
like
well?
one of the things I want is I just want like a returning.
Yeah, that one will have to go to the Pinnacle District.
Well, let's just go to the Pinnacle
Artificer
District.
can
then.
do it in another couple of sessions.
Yeah,
Let's
He's
just
an artificer.
Right, we'll just wait. We'll just keep my trusted guy.
Yeah,
all right, well, I'm here if you need me.
All right.
All right.
And we'll
So you guys finish up your shopping after going to the various shops and unloading the raw materials you had collected and gaining some new clothes and some new spells, contemplating some eyeballs, and returning trinkets that were found by the families. You are going to presumably head to the Pinnacle District.
In our nice new clothes.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to take a slight break.
Fancy.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes or so. The 3 people that are still hanging out with us. Thank you for being here, and we'll be back in a bit.
Like command
If we
person.
lower it, it can.
And welcome back. When we left off, we had a informational gathering and finding Katinka has gone missing, though apparently slept the night in her room at Overdrive, but snuck away for some kind of reason. Ro remembered that a Copperblood member came up to Katinka right before she went to bed.
Darn copperbloods.
So you suspect that maybe she is heading over there or doing something with the Copperblood. Who knows? You also noticed that Lena was missing. You went to the Way of Mercy Temple for 2 reasons. One, so that Valgun could drop off the trinkets that he had reacquired from the Minotaur that fell, and have them find all the people to distribute them back to. But also to see if Lena had come back to the Way of Mercy. Upon finding Lena, she has changed her outfit and mask, and is looking a little bit fancier, and was a little bit freaked out by the encounter with Tolan the gnome, but has decided to continue with you guys. And you then talked about your meeting at the Pinnacle District, which is going to be a fancy event, semi-fancy event at the Bronzetree Bar in the Pinnacle District. And you then unloaded some of the swords and things that you'd acquired in your travels, including the Minotaur's great axe.
Astounded we were carrying all
considered some magic items, acquired some new spells, and got super fancy clothes for the party.
Yes.
The time now has fallen to head to the Pinnacle District.
It's party time.
You come up to the doors, and there is the familiar guard. They're like, "Hey, what's your business?"
I pull out the invitation. We have been invited by the Blackbone family for this special occasion.
All right. Doors! And you see the mighty grand entrance of the Pinnacle District. This bronze filigreed door opens, and sunlight hits your face as you walk into a windowed district of Windfall, where there's grand windows in sort of the upper half of the inner walls of the district, and you see much nicer houses than there is in most of the rest of Windfall.
Holy shit.
Literally shit. You notice that they don't throw their chamber pots out onto the streets. Like here, not here.
Yeah.
Do they have like gutters on the side? Like the roads?
Yeah, you don't see any gutters, but you assume that they probably have some fancy plumbing situations.
So weird.
But you see,
the roads are so wide here.
you see, as roads kind of go left and right, you see estates in the far corners, and squares kind of mark like larger estates where noble houses sort of congregate within a sort of their own sort of microcosms in this area, and they have very large places. Now, a lot of these are still repurposed. So some of them, there's some like churches and other kinds of buildings that used to be for other things that have been repurposed into these sort of estate houses and then adorned with current house colors and things like that. So it is fancy, but fancy for Windfall fancy, and not like from the ground up created to be fancy. As you continue on through the district, you get to a part where it kind of goes up a hill a little bit, and you come to sort of the central square. And as you approach, you see a massive bronze tree, and on the top of the tree, a 125-foot ship mounted in the tree. And as you get a little bit closer, you see large crystals that are mounted on the bottom of the ship, and various ladders, stairways, and platforms that go up the tree on various sides. And there's torches just lit up on the ship itself as well. You can hear sort of like party noises as you get a little bit closer.
That's fabulous.
And as you get escorted up the stairs to the ship, you are greeted by Harold Blackbone. He's like, welcome. Oh, actually, I got different music. Hold on.
I'll use etiquette and do the proper bow. Yeah, we should probably fancy noble music. Or party music.
Somewhere in here. Which one? Oh, here it is. Hey.
There we go.
Yeah. So you hear some music coming from inside. You have Harold greeting you. They're like, welcome. So glad you could make it. We are very fortunate in, the Pinnacle District. We sort of throw a party for any reason, but this is a very good reason. I hear you have saved my daughter's life, which is no small task. She wouldn't go into too much detail about it, but suffice to say, I'm appreciative. So welcome. Come, have drinks. We'll talk more. Introduce yourselves to the various people here. What's all your names, by the way?
I'm Ro.
Greetings.
I am Armand of House Shuna.
Ah, House Shiona. Well, very prestigious. Welcome. Sorry about your family.
Yes, they're quite dead.
Got him.
Yes, they are quite dead.
I'm gonna take like a half bow and say, hello, my name is Lena. I am a representative of the Way of Mercy.
Ah, welcome. Yes. Familiar with your work.
Valgan.
It's all right.
It's fair.
Oh, do your thing.
Trying to turn the volume down a little bit. But go ahead.
Valgan, Paladin of Bahamut, at your service.
Ah, welcome. Thank you.
Duke.
Just Duke then.
That's the name, but not the title, yes.
Very well. Welcome. Please go get yourselves a drink and introduce yourselves to the various people around.
Absolutely. We appreciate your hospitality, and when we do get a moment when you're not being so busy as a host, we would love to regale you more of the heroic tales of the small details that I know your daughter might not have wanted to embellish upon you, but as respectful members of the Jupiter elite, we would be more than happy to at least inform you about, so that you could be more privy.
Well, I'm sure there's things I would like to know. Absolutely, yes. So
The safety is absolutely paramount for your family, and I respect that.
very well. Yeah, we will speak of this more for sure.
Also, like when I like greet him or whatever, there's like a military bow or whatever, right? It'd be like a small military bow that I would give this person. Like
Okay.
not a salute, but a military
Yeah.
bow.
Here's just the karate.
Toys. Gotta keep up with all your toys. This is very exciting.
You got your
All right,
toy.
I assume it is open bar at things like this, correct?
Yes.
Of course it is. Duke
We're
can
up
get
to
a
8.
drink with me.
Where do we?
They don't have
Lena.
orcish ale here.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
We'll have to
You
ask
know,
him.
you never know. Bartenders always have a little something special for those who
It's
ask.
considered uncouth. I don't know.
We should find out what he's keeping under the bar.
So where are we entering from?
You are entering from the side of the ship. So, from the top. So you kind of come in here, and you go down. And as soon as you go down here, you're in this sort of meeting area.
So it's 3 levels.
There's 3 levels. It's all the
Okay.
same ship.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can't believe you brought your trident.
This is actually not as big as the ship actually is. By
That's
the way.
fair. Put me
about-
by the bar.
It's a galley. It's about twice as
Apparently
big.
it's relevant, so that's cool.
Yeah.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest one I have.
By the stairs.
No, I let Preston
by the
borrow that
stairs
one.
Going up.
I know. I let
He's
him borrow
got
this
your
one.
medium lift
Well, by
and
the
your
stairs
big
No, he
one.
got me back to me.
the
These
other
are
level.
the smaller.
In exchange.
No, well, he's running Spelljammer, so he needs ships all the time.
Fair. No, that's fair.
I say we punch him.
Yeah.
Only a little bit.
Right now.
But only a little bit.
So yeah, you guys come down into this very awesome big bar. Every in the second level of the ship, it's basically just one big bar. As you come down, you see Velvet Night Sky performing on a small stage in the back,
And this is my favorite place ever.
with a bunch of adoring fans kind of gathered around. You see a very attractive male bartender, half elf, long blonde hair, pouring drinks, handing them out, just like sees you on like, hey.
No, hi.
Next to him, you see a black dragonborn, sort of smiling, like
Exotic.
kind of like that.
Getting a vibe.
And he's like, the male half elf is like, welcome to the Bronzetree Bar. I'm Aegis, and you all are.
Thirsty.
I can fix that.
More ways than one. Yes.
Well, we have new guests.
I need
This is
blood.
wonderful and, might I say, attractive guests. You are all so beaming. I am just beside myself with, especially you. But first drinks. May I offer you my specialty, the Flying Blythe.
What is it?
This is the Blythe, the ship you're on. Well, rumor has it, it used to fly.
She leans on the bar.
An interested one.
This is like going on a tour. This is excellent.
He's like while he's talking to you, just like grabbing stuff and
it's
mixing drinks, like
18
insight.
on a roll of 19 for a history check to see if I've ever heard of the Blythe.
No, you haven't. Well, you might have heard of a bar in Windfall called the Blythe. Like the name is
the ship.
not really associated directly as a ship.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like there's a bar called the Blythe, and that's or the Bronzetree Bar, sort of interchangeable names.
On an 18?
I know. It's
I
not-
rolled a 19 on that,
I know,
man.
I think they built a bar.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
I think they built a bar in a tree.
It was already there.
But can I
It
use
was
that
al-
as my
oh, it
roll
was already
for
there?
Yeah.
for an insight check too?
Sure, if you want to.
On whether or not he's
Oh, dude, what are you doing?
He wanted on the table and I said no.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of like.
He's like, no, thank you.
I don't know what my insight was.
You're
about.
not my mom. You're not my mother. You're not my real mom.
Yeah, they're probably like, why?
He just makes noise. He never bites. Yeah. So as you're kind of like looking around, and Aegis is like, you're wondering about the whole tree bullshit. I can see it in your eyes. Turns out this was already here. It's been here for hundreds of years.
Bullshit.
And my family, the Bronzetrees, turned it into this wonderful establishment you see here.
Do you own this bar?
I am but the humble bartender. You want to talk to my uncle,
This is in the family, though.
Thalen.
Dallin.
He'll be coming up from his room downstairs very soon. Actually, no, he'd be coming from the upstairs room.
I hope you announce him as grandly as you just announced us. That was very exciting.
What's the name of this guy again?
Aegis. Bronzetree.
Can I use that 19 for what your boy Skylar suggests as a 19 vibe check?
Vibe check? He is very bisexual.
He wants it.
Is that the new insight check? It's going to be a vibe check from
He
now
wants some
on.
Duke.
Vegas is down,
wants a
is
piece
what
of
I'm
Duke.
hearing.
Your Bidar is up and working perfectly.
What was it that Fern had said?
Oh yeah, kick
Yeah,
ass.
kick ass, take names, be gay, do crime.
Yeah, do crap.
Yeah, we're doing all those things. So Aegis is like, well, here's the drinks, and he just kind of like opens a very large decanter that he's been mixing up and just like pours 5 drinks for you guys and spreads them out. And there is a
all at once.
what's that?
Effortlessly all at once.
Effortlessly all at once. And as you pick it up, you see an ice cube in the shape of a ship. And it slowly just sort of like sinks up and down and twists in the beverage as like 2 layers of alcohol sort of settle and like start to separate in the drink. And there's like a red and a blue, a white and a blue.
Very fancy.
So it looks like clouds separating as it happens. So it
This
looks
is
like
the coolest.
yeah.
I want to cheers everyone here is just to us the sunless sky, and as we cheers, I'm gonna do a cantrip that our boats start attacking each other with like little
Rose gonna try to aim hers like at people like.
And Aegis is gonna like, oh, don't leave me out.
Oh,
Cheers.
cheers! We should save people's lives more often. This is great. Oh, don't get in my nose.
Oh, that's the
Make
best
ship
part.
Stop. Make the ship.
The clouds will actually evaporate and come out your nose. Watch.
I kind of hate that part, but otherwise very cool.
Just gonna like
I feel like Duke has like
the
no idea
bottom
what
of my
to do
mask
with this.
up and like
Duke's like so used to just like
Duke, nobody likes me. Everyone wants to punch me in the mouth.
It's very nice the way your hair comes over your eyes. I'm so into it.
What's the Dragonborn bartender been doing? Is he still being all like?
What was the she or was it he?
It is he. So yeah, the black dragonborn is like, hello, my name is Lemon.
Sorry,
Lemon.
lemon.
Lemon. Lammen.
Lemon.
Lemon.
Do
you guys need anything special?
From a I knew he would be the one to talk. Yes, what do you have?
Ah, Lemon, please, these are our guests. Don't try to hook them on drugs right away, please.
Does he
I'm
have
just,
I gave basically
Does he
used
have
I
a-
used the thieves' cant version of orc weed and dream lily. So it's like
Dream flake
yeah,
weed?
so I
You
just
don't
need a
want-
little bit of salad toppings and also a little bit of mint for my drink.
I talking the black mint.
Oh, dude, just
You
Thieves'
give
Cant.
the-
I want Thieves' Cant so bad.
Well, it's a thing from second edition. They don't give it in fifth, but it's something that thieves
Oh, I
talk.
thought it was like a language, and I couldn't get
No,
it.
it's code.
It's code.
Would I know
Thieves'
Thieves' Cant?
You know it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah.
And I will say, you don't want the mint, which is the dream flake.
I want the
You do
flake.
not want that.
Okay, how about I'll save it for later.
Do you have anything that's like kind of uppity? I'd like to dance. Is there dancing here too?
I mean, if you don't smoke the dream flake, it can be pretty good.
This is like, you see like a slight black tint
Yeah,
to his teeth.
yeah.
My cousin Rand gets it to me all the time.
Really? Is he local?
Do we
No,
know
no,
him?
no, he's in Droville, and like, it's kind of hard to get out here, but since he's my cousin, he hooks it up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, sweet. Well, the next time that he comes in, maybe we can we can meet up. Here's I don't know. Is there a place that criminals meet up? Like.
He's like, maybe.
All right, well, we'll talk because I would love to meet your cousin.
I mean, he's awesome. Like,
I would imagine. I mean, you're awesome.
He's like staring into like one of the flying Blythes, just like with the clouds moving
All
around
right,
the ship.
before you get too far in there, my friend, let us get some of that mint and some of that. What was it that you were looking for?
Yes, the mint, the black stuff, and then because we have a little bit of business, we'll just put that a little bit for later. And but as for the, yes,
how much you need? I don't know, a lot.
I just tell him a double.
All right, I don't know, 10 gold.
Sure.
I want some uppity dancing something. I would know what it was.
May I
and
take an
that's what
action
I
while
asked
this is
for.
going on?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn around, lean up on the bar elbow, just kind of like observe the crowd, smile and nod at people, and use my divine sense on the room. Basically, I got
Right.
60 feet.
Yep.
Undead.
So
Immediately.
I can detect good and evil, and until the next turn, I can sense anything affected.
Good
by-
and evil. So
Yeah,
intentions like good and evil.
I think it's
If you click
alignments.
On it, it'll
Alignments.
tell you the details of it.
So
Which is
the
so
presence
cool.
of strong evil registers on a senses like a noxious order. Powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, I can open up my awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of my next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
Okay.
I know the type.
Well, the good and evil part is the thing I didn't know before because
Okay.
I remember that you don't sense any good or undead or anything like that.
Okay.
Everyone in here is human and normal.
Mortal.
Yeah,
Yes, mortal.
except for one.
I'm assuming I'm like filtering him out because I know him.
Yeah. It's hard to say on the good and evil thing. I would say you do sense a few. You sense one particularly strong, like good.
So I'm hearing the chimes basically somewhere in the room.
And you look over and you see a human woman, older though still presents herself semi-youthful as she is, as if she's not willing to succumb to being old yet. Think sort of biker chick.
Right. Okay.
So still trying to look cool, even though she's a little bit older. But she's got like like a brooch and some cleric symbols of Osis, god of the stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would I know? Would I recognize that symbol? And
Yeah, for sure.
Is that her right there?
Yes.
And
The one.
is there any relationship between Osis and Bahamut?
Well, it's hard to say because Osis is homebrew one and Bahamas
okay.
just got brought in.
Fair
so
enough, fair enough.
maybe I'll think about that.
Okay.
Roll percentile.
It's a whole mixed
Right.
bags of gods in this world because
Right.
it's
It developed.
For me, I was just trying to get a sense of the room, but I'm
a
gonna
wild
make note.
frontier, the
which
gods.
is wonderful. Let's find out.
Well, I started off with like, okay, so here's my pantheon, and it was very contained, and then like
Yeah.
different players were like, "Can I have this guy?" I'm like, "Sure, why not? That sounds awesome."
Well, I guess the better question
And now
would,
it's the Wild
would their
West.
domains cross? Because his is justice and good.
Justice, light.
Yeah, for
All,
sure.
like, different places.
Well, for me, it's like I'm just getting a sense of the room. If I see her, eyes me, I'm just gonna raise my glass to her, nod,
And she's gonna be like,
and then go back to just kind of keeping an eye on things.
Baddies.
on the evil side,
Churchy.
I would say you do also get
We
one,
don't
I'm also getting an odor,
a small one.
You didn't-
probably from the black.
I'm gonna have you.
dragon.
I'm gonna have you roll just a straight wisdom check,
Okay.
just to see how much of this you get.
Can I also ask you a question, Sky? Since I believe that one of the stronger forces in this world is a dragon queen, is that a good benevolent dragon queen, or is that more like Tiamat?
Chromatic. Red.
Oh, so yeah, the Bahamut people
Red
probably know
dragon.
no bueno. Okay, I just had to ask that.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7, but my paladin stat is charisma.
Oh, well, if you want to use charisma, you can for that roll.
And then I got a total of 10.
Total 10.
Oh, it doesn't make a difference though. Tens.
10
Yeah.
is 10, yeah. I just want to know for future. Like,
Yeah. No, that's a good point. With a 10, I would say you smell an evil odor, but you can't tell from who.
Okay.
And then as soon as you smell it, it seems to dissipate and just kind of gives you the idea that someone a little less trustworthy is in the room, but you can't tell who.
Okay.
Do you assume it's one of us?
No, I'm probably assuming it's the drug-dealing Black Dragonborn.
No, he's our buddy. He's our pal.
Another thing. Roll a perception check.
Oh.
7. I had a question I was going to specifically ask too. Was if they were wearing a necklace of the.
Okay, so
The
that's
new
what I
guy.
was going to give to you. If you
Yeah.
Oh, it
So
didn't roll a
since
7?
you're actively looking, I'll just say that you take a good look, and you don't notice them wearing the necklace.
So they don't seem like they're wearing
No.
black eye necklace.
Does anybody mind if I polish this?
Brought it for you, man.
Thank you.
Hey, buddy.
I forget what the name of that thing is,
The
but
Eyes of Black.
yeah, the eyes of black.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
known as the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah,
Death Mountain of Death, or something like that.
yeah, the Death Mountain.
The Dragon Reborn.
The Dragon Reborn
I just
on
finished
the
that series off.
I did too.
Eyes of
I
Black.
binged it.
There's a
real
series
hard.
named Dragon
No, the
Reborn?
books.
The books. I have not read them.
Yeah.
You
I've
should.
heard they're better. Normally, I'm a
Kios-
book reader first.
Kiosk Risk.
But I'm.
Yeah, Kiostrix.
Kiostorix.
Ever
Dragon. Draconic.
Draconic.
You know
yeah.
Draconic?
I do.
Okay.
Whoa, that's
I
fancy.
do.
So what do you say in
It's one of the
Draconic
things-
to
it's
Lamont?
I run some smuggling shit in the but I would have been that whatever we were talking about. I probably would.
Okay, so nothing else
I would've-
specific.
I
He would
probably
respond.
not.
He'd be like, in Draconic, he'd be
Yeah.
like,
It probably would have been that would have been like, what do you
"Oh,
have
that's
under
amazing
the-
that you know
under the counter?"
Draconic. Where did you learn it?"
So I have some friends in the business, and it is a very useful tongue to know for people who have very specific questions, like what do you have under the bar? For drugs, like whatever that
Yeah.
phrase would be.
I'm gonna lean
For
over
drugs.
and also in Draconic go, we are guests here.
You fucking would speak Draconic. What is that? You fucking would speak Draconic.
I mean, he worships the dragon. Good.
Damn it. Don't be nice. We can be nice.
I'm just gonna say, save it for later. We're guests.
I mean, it's up to
I
you. It's
whisper
your-
my
it's like you do what
questions
you want, but
down.
that's what I do.
I'm not gonna say.
And then back
having
in
a
common, he's
conversation
gonna be
about
like,
the cow
"Well,
and being
I mean,
a cop.
Yeah, what are you in?
By the way, it's, when he speaks Draconic, his voice is recognized. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's a cop.
yeah, he's like, I'll talk about this later. Black teeth. And
Excellent.
he kind of goes back to doing what he's
And then
doing.
we'd like do our business as we were doing our business. It's fine.
You also see in one corner of the room, standing very vigilant, a bouncer-like figure.
Is it Jimmy the Juice?
He's orcish, just like Jimmy the Juice, but considerably more on the magical side. Less warrior type, though he is in some armor and does have a sword. He also is holding a staff. And
Sword and a staff.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know this thing.
Go be nice to him. We're like hide all.
Yeah,
all together.
Aegis kind of sees you kind of heading over the, looking that direction, and is like, yes, that's our resident bouncer, no funny business. His name is Nuke.
His name is Nuke.
Yes.
I don't think you should mess with Nuke.
I mean, just
Duke
imagine the
Nuke
things
sounds
someone
like-
named Nuke would do to you if
How
you
would you
fucked
get
up.
that nickname?
Duke with Duke, do you get it? It's very fun.
Nuke and Duke.
Nuke and Duke, duke it out. I'm
They should have
down.
an own TV show right there.
Nuke and Duke Power Hour.
I'm gonna get like a beer or whatever I
Danuke.
get from him, and I'm gonna go talk to that guy.
All right, so you walk up and he's like,
Yeah. I heard your name's Nuke.
I'm going to avoid this scene because I'm carrying drugs now.
Oh, yes, yeah, well,
Dirty cops.
what's your name?
Duke.
Oh, well, that always rhymes. That's hilarious. I figured we should. Well, can we not be friends? I don't. Right. Your name is Duke. My name's Duke.
Oh, he takes the beer you brought him.
Yeah. So I bring him a beer, and we
Are we
shoot
possibly new best friends?
And then, like, as you're cheering him, and he's like, if you do anything funny, I will throw you out of here so fast you'll charge. I'm sorry, it's my job. I gotta tell you that.
If you didn't, frankly, I'd be pissed.
Well, you get it.
Right? But you'd be doing your job. Right?
Well, yes. I mean, this is
Yeah,
the
if you weren't
best
doing your job,
job I've ever had. Really.
I'd be upset. I'm not gonna lie. I'd get a little bit upset for you.
I've been in some pretty skeezy situations in my past.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is cush.
This looks like a great job.
Way less
You're gonna
responsibility
have to
than
tell
some
me how you
places.
got this job. Right? I'm saying you're gonna have to tell me how you got this job.
Well, I won't.
Right. If you ever need like a sidekick, you let me know.
Well, Nuke rides alone.
Well, Nuke and Duke though, you gotta admit that's a pretty good ring to it.
Naduki. Danuki. I don't know.
We can figure it out though.
Since you said he was a little bit of
How about just nuked?
Oh man.
Well, just putting D at the end of nuke.
Oh yeah, and
it's
it's
like
like
a-
backwards and forwards.
Oh!
Right.
What are you getting?
I think that's called a palindrome.
A paladin?
Palindrome.
A paladin? What?
Right now.
Oh, well, all
I
right.
mean, you can try it. It won't work, but
Right, and we shoot the ship for a while.
All right.
And I have a friend.
I want to observe him from far. Do I mean, at least just from you described him as being arcane? Do I get a sense of like, since he's a little bit of a aggressive type, is he like a warrior, like a blade dancer? I'm thinking invoker. Like is there
Yeah.
any check I got to do, or just simply no?
I'll give this one to you.
Duke Nukem.
Evocation. Duke
It's
Nukem.
your boy Skylar.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
He's so smart. I'm excited to see you on Saturday, by the
That
way.
is.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
It's a
Really
Nuke Dukin.
Invocation.
Like slang for ideas.
Amazing.
That and necromancer are the enemy schools of the enchanter. So that I kind of like just I actually, if anything, I wanted to ask. I kind of want to just politely chat to people, but I want to circle around the place. And with my artificer abilities, would I be able to see? Is this ship still be able to still be functional, or is it is there anything that is there any?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a
Tinker,
Tinker's.
Is there any truth
check.
to that claim?
I would say this is more
of
like almost more like an Arcana check in some ways.
Okay, I can go with that too. I have an 18. 18.
It's pretty advanced shit, and it's pretty old, but it's still in good shape. It's been well maintained and taken care of, as far as you can tell. It's hard to say if it still functions. It seems weird that it would just be sitting here all this time if it did, that no one would come along at all and try to fix it. In the
Sure.
hundreds of years it's been being used as a bar in this place.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to think of getaway in case shit gets crazy.
yeah.
Time to take this bar out of here.
All right, Ro's gonna take her newly acquired orc weed, all drugs, and look over for Lena. And what's Lena doing right now?
so I'm probably sitting with a completely empty glass because I just kind of did this number with that drink. So I just have the empty glass, and I'm sitting at the bottommost part of the stairs that would lead up to the topmost level of the ship where we entered from. And I'm just sitting there watching everybody, like kind of bobbing my head a little bit with the music. Like, this is nice.
And Ro's gonna go and sit down right next to her. Have you ever had orc weed?
No.
Would you like to? This is some fancy people shit.
I think it might be a waste on me.
Have you ever tried?
All right. So I literally just snatch the joint right out of her fingers and throw it in what would be my mouth underneath my mask. And you hear chewing
Oh,
sound.
wait, no, give it that. I will show you. It's an inhaling mouth. Just spit it out. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. I can dry it. Just spit it out. It's gone.
Too late.
Okay, no, that's fine. There's more. I've made friends at the bar. Let me know if you start to feel really cool.
There's no effect.
Yeah, no effect.
All right. I'm very excited for this. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time.
I'm gonna slide my hand under my robes for a second and just open up a tiny little piece of my body and like kind of dump out some of the orc weed that's now been crushed up, and then just put my hand back through my sleeve and just do this.
Holy shit! It's like you've separated the sticks and like the little bits, and now it's just all nice. And you ground this up for me.
I mean, no, but
No, this is a great boon. Thank you. That is quite a skill.
sure.
We are not using our monk to process drugs.
Hey, you're not there.
You're not
near
good
me.
guy.
She's gonna take it and start like rolling it up because I'm sure she keeps, I don't know, paraphernalia on her.
Of course.
And be like, all right, so I heard the thing earlier, and you don't have to talk about it if you do not want to talk about it. But you said you have mechanical parts. Do you have like, is it like your hand? I know you are very mysterious, and I really like what you're doing right now. It's very engaging. What does that mean? You seemed upset.
Okay, first of all, where did you hear that?
I was standing outside of the Way of Mercy with Duke. And you said
you guys
it's the Duke,
overheard.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Sorry about this.
I was going
I
to
have
tell.
big ears.
I was going to tell all of you guys anyway. I just wasn't expecting it at a big, fancy social gathering. But if you and I are just kind of hanging out, and I've apparently made your orc weed better
Do you
somehow.
want to try? It's more of a pulling the air through, not so much of putting it in your body.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it is a waste, and I'll tell you why.
All right.
And like,
Is it like
I'm gonna like drag her up to like the top floor of the ship, like away from everybody, and then
we got miniatures.
yeah, and then we're gonna like go off to like one of the corners,
secret is going on.
and like basically again like looking around, making sure nobody can like see me. I'm just gonna like take one of my gloves off and like just
Roll
show-
your skin back.
no.
Terminator style.
But yeah, I'm gonna take like one of my gloves off so you can like just see the hand above the wrist, and it's like completely like mechanical with like plates on it, kind of like in a silver tone metal, and like they're really not. They're dainty, but they look really strong.
And Rose gonna like hold her hand up.
Yeah, so it's like just ting ting ting.
Oh, that is beautiful. And it works. Is that why you can like, you are so fast and you hit so hard? Is it because it's both of your hands like that? Or is all of you like that?
So I'm gonna put the like glove back on, and I'm like, go ahead and assume what you want, but yeah, pretty much that, but everywhere.
That is incredible.
Yeah, that, but everywhere.
Assume what you want, but yes.
And you obviously wish to hide this thing?
Well,
It is very
I mean,
unique. I will not. I will not lie.
everyone, you know, generally thinks of Warforged as, you know, the subservient types that have no free will and they just do as they're told.
They do do jobs that you don't want to do
and
typically.
exactly, they're essentially slaves. I'm not one of those. You know, I not only, you know, don't have any reason to be anymore, especially after finding myself, so to speak, but I definitely don't want someone to discover me being different and then saying, oh, well, you know, maybe this is a better model that I can manipulate and keep as another servant, slave, what have you, worker. And I don't want to go and be in servitude. Like that's
No, of course not. No, and you're very
of-
talented.
Well, and
you would
because
be
of-
wasted on service.
well, and because of my
much better at
longevity,
killing.
I would then be stuck as a servant for hundreds of years.
How hundreds of years? I guess if you are made of metal, you might not. You don't have the flesh. How old are you?
Above table, you'd have to roll a knowledge history check because I'm about to explain like I
Not proficient.
was working in the mines nearby Windfall, but even before that,
Droville.
yeah, Droville. Even before that, I would have been used as a normal version of a Warforged in the war in Eberron.
Ooh.
So, like, after the war, everything was decommissioned, and then all the Warforged were used for industry, not war.
Would I know any of that, do you think? Is that a...
Well, we hadn't talked about that too much, so we'll talk about that part more.
To be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Perfect. Do you know how...
Or an Eberron-like place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, I am a little over a couple of decades old. Just leave it at that.
The baby.
Oh, am I a baby? Okay, no, that is helpful. Have you... Oh my goodness, well, I think you are... Your hand is beautiful, and you wear amazing garments, and you kill things very well. And you actually... I think you saved my ass, actually, back there after the fucking novel monster.
Yeah, that was something else, but...
Do you want to... Here you go, this ahead of this.
Sure. And after...
There's not much
Solidarity.
left.
Yeah.
You might have to, like, to pinch a little bit, but...
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
supposed to inhale
And
this,
she's gonna
right?
look up at, like, all the trees.
You do? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, there's no trees. There's the ceiling in the
Yeah,
district,
there's-
but you do see the
that's
windows and at this point it's getting 4 or 5 o'clock. The sun is getting low, so there's like streams of light coming in through these old windows above
You
you.
never see light.
As you're looking up at the windows, you see that the front part of the windows, which is a little bit far off from where you're at, but it's visible, has a big seam down the middle and giant hinges on the sides and a bunch of chains hanging, as if they opened outwards.
Holy shit, Lena. What are those?
And I'm gonna point at
The is this in the windows?
Yes.
In the ceiling. Is that the door? Is that like?
Well, sort of like there's a ceiling, and then like this is a wall of windows that's
Yeah.
above the regular wall, and it's super tall in here. So yeah, you basically see like the top half of windows. Like we're talking like four or 500 feet tall of windows that, and then like 200, 300 feet wide that open out
Dang.
on gigantic chains and cranks.
Physics of that.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit! My mind is blowing right now with thinking about like what is a being and what is life, and that you are a person, but you are made of metal, and then I see this gargantuan thing in front of me that also moves like mechanical. I wonder if the rat and bat show, what if they're real? What if they have like souls?
So while this is happening, I just take like the little nub of joint
They
she
do.
like got me and just flick it behind me over the side.
All right.
Like she's had enough.
So while you're trying to figure out existence, you get to help someone through their trip.
Aegis comes by
Yeah.
and like stomps on the joint like, "Shh, please put out your smokings, thank you," and goes back to the bar.
You are such a professional.
Sorry.
Does he have intellectus of the boat?
Do they have other bards here, or is she the only entertainer here?
Presently, she's the only entertainer.
Oh, that's right. Do you hear that amazing music? That is my friend. Her name is Velvet. Would you like to come watch her with me? Maybe we can dance.
Okay.
And we will go.
And if you guys are
watch
coming
her
down,
dance.
I'm already on
Yeah.
the dance floor, and I've been just kind of like asking, you know, random patrons just to dance, just to try to help out Velvet and get the crowd into it.
Sure.
Did you ask for a cover of Bella's Not Dead?
Oh,
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, Bella Lugosi's dead. Check the anyway.
These notes I cannot
I'm just
read.
trying to stay away from the light because if it hits me, I might sparkle. You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
No.
Yes, we're in that world.
So Sylvia is dancing.
It hurts.
She's presently dancing with Darren.
Oh, Darren's here.
And you see another woman kind of dancing, but sort of staring at them and a little angry.
Oh,
By herself, just like,
she looks like a party pooper. So, do I know who she is, or do? Huh. Well, since she's kind of glaring at them, and we do know that Darren, I believe, is from the other household, right?
yep.
Okay, so what I'll do is maybe just try to pry a little bit. I'll be like, "Oh, hello, my lady. I see that you're dancing here by yourself. I just thought I could join you on this.
And she looks at
and bows. It's a little, yeah. So that
I guess. Yeah, sure. Why not? Dancing might do me good. She kind of like begrudgingly dances with you, but kind of still staring at them.
I know. And I'm totally like, observing and watching. It's like, and then I'll basically mention, yes, I am Armand of House Shiuna. Third in line. And
She's like, I'm Irina Bronzetree.
Irina Bronzetree. So we've been very impressed with your family here, with everything that, yes, with this entire bar, this establishment, a very lovely establishment. I could...
It's shit.
Shit, huh?
But you're welcome to it.
Why do you think it's shit? I mean, you just...
My fucking father, so full of himself, thinking that this ship his grandparents took over, great-grandparents or whatever took over, somehow makes him cool. But, it's not real wealth. We're just the bar. Shit.
I love her.
I know.
She's so angry.
But you see,
She's dressed in mostly black.
Mm-hmm.
You got that haircut with the two pieces of hair that go here and the flared spiked back.
I dated that girl in high school.
So did I, twice.
I can't remember the name of the girl from Beetlejuice, but it totally reminds me of the Beetlejuice girl. Yeah.
Yep.
We're all just dead.
Lydia Deeds.
Well, this perhaps helps because I'm already dead. Eh? But, I understand. Wealth. What is it? Just a bunch of old men on coins, right?
You look old.
Yeah, I am over 100.
Those are nice clothes.
Yeah, there is a relatively new, but yeah. I was sort of like you I'm extending her out a little bit as in the dance as well. It's like I could see that yes, you are wearing some mermaid silk. You have also the latest from I just named one of the stores.
Yeah, she's like, big deal. My father bought all this for me.
So did you not appreciate these gifts?
I like Eliza when I go to the store. She's a hoot.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's like, I bring Eliza a lot of different clientele. I even say, actually, I do speak Goblin, and as I say something, kind of poetic in that time, it's like, we have ties in history.
That's cool. What's your name? You said Armand. What are you doing here?
I lean in.
I just know that there's this party for Sylvia.
I have my fangs come out and I say, I killed the people that tried to take her life as I looked over.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, damn it! Oh, no! Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh! So I'm seeing that she's a bit of an edgelord girl. So I'm trying to be edgier. I'm trying to be edgier than her. But however, I do.
She's just into it. She's like,
She is in.
Plus 5, by the way, so 25.
she's just.
I don't have her stats up exactly.
She's like, you're hotter than the guy in my fanfiction.
Yeah, she's like,
I think the term is scaroused.
Yes, correct. Yes.
I'm not easily intimidated, but I have to say, you're a little intimidating.
I am not here to intimidate you, my darling. I am here but only as a humble guest at this party.
Someone's getting their fangs wet.
It's like, but I am intrigued by your family. Please, tell me more.
Are you wearing the black rose you were given?
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, that's a very nice rose you have.
Why, thank you. It is for my heart that does not beat because I am dead. That's what he told me too.
She looks at you like,
What?
indeed. And then she continues dancing with you.
All right, and I'll be
And
like,
stop staring at Sylvia as much.
sure as well. And then I'll be like,
Just there. And,
Oh, good. I love this game.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm just basically trying to just make polite chit chat, but I'm trying to weave the conversation to find out more about the family. Maybe I don't talk about Sylvia directly because I can tell there's a little hate there.
you kind of go off to your own corner, quieter.
But I try to get
Make a stealth check with advantage because it's a noisy bar.
16.
16. Yeah. So could be stealth or sleight of hand, whichever you want. But just to kind of get into a quiet spot of a busy bar, you manage to find like one little corner where it's like kind of off to the side of the stage that the bar isn't directly facing towards, so people generally graduate away, go away from that spot, and you kind of go in there and dance and have a private conversation with her.
Sure.
So Duke is with the nuke. What's Valgan doing?
Valgan's been observing the patrons and trying to keep an eye on things.
Make a perception check.
All right.
Duke also kind of helps him, like, Nuke. Kind of helps him with his job.
Okay. So you're just kind of like sitting there with beers, just kind of like looking around, keeping an eye out.
Brown it out.
Yeah.
Right.
They're both
Such a
having
good idea.
flex competitions.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Keep your eyes on everything and everyone that comes
Yeah.
in. It's so
Showboat.
fun.
He's like, whoa, your calf has those 2 little ball bumps. That's pretty good. But check out my calf. And there's like 3.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Perception is going to be. Sorry, it
It's
needs to
drink
go
called the
back
twin
up.
water around here. Yikes.
So
18.
18. Yeah. So you see Armand and this woman kind of go off in the corner, and it seems like he's having some kind of intense conversation with her. So you notice that. You see Duke and Nuke flexing and hanging out.
We're doing his job, too, by the way. Like, we're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just flexing and hanging out. Like, we're being bouncers.
Right. Just kind of like keeping an eye out.
That's your- yeah.
You see, some of the other people you consider probably would be nobles and stuff like that. People kind of hanging out in tables that have a little bit of an up, guards next to them and things like that. Probably house members, house leaders and stuff like that that are dotted around the bar as well. Again, consider that it's twice as big as what this map is showing,
yeah,
so it's very, very large. It reminds me, I forgot to put the map overlay on so people can see.
Ah, yes. People would like to see where we're all.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're back down. We're not on the roof anymore. You can
Oh yeah, you guys got it.
I don't know.
We
In
come
front of
down
the
to
stage.
dance.
Yeah. I was
That's
part-
fine. Something like that's
I
fine.
wasn't part of you guys'
Dancing.
dance scene until we went to the quiet area.
So,
You were, yeah, so you
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
So then, for me, this would be probably, I would say, the end of my next turn. So my divine sense wears off at this point.
Sure, yeah.
And then I'm just gonna go and probably go introduce myself to the cleric.
Okay.
Grab another, pair of those cool floaty ship drinks.
Okay.
They're so cool.
Man, there's so many people in this one. Hold on, I gotta find out where she's at. Okay, here we go. So you go up to her, and she, older woman, like I said, she's like, greetings, welcome. I'm Gabriella Frostshot. What's your name?
Falcon, Paladin of Bahamut.
Ah, fellow religious. Osis is my deity, god of the stars and everything under them.
I just thought I'd come over and have a drink with the first friendly face I've seen in this town.
It's so funny you're drinking the house beverage. It's an amusement, but I can't say I've acquired the taste for it. But I would drink it as I appreciate the offer.
Well, he just kept giving them.
Mist comes out of her nose. I think it's like an over the top like Vegas drink.
Right, yeah. So he just kept giving them to me.
Dry
So,
what is your current path? Paladin?
well, I'm currently with the. Wait, which one are we? Because there's the main mercenary group,
We're the
and then
Callisto of the
So you
Here's
are.
the
So there's.
Callisto.
The Jupiter Elite
is the overall.
is the
group.
overall, and then within the Jupiter Elite there are orbits.
Okay.
And you guys are in the orbit of the sunless sky,
thought we
and
were Callisto.
and you have been promoted to Callisto rank of your
Okay.
orbit. So it's referred to as orbits as like the group type, but then you also have ranks within the group. So you're Callisto of the sunless sky.
Okay, so yeah, I recently became involved with Callisto of the Sunless Sky. They saved me from a rather unfortunate situation where I was being held against my will, trying to track down the missing people that have been disappearing around town.
Wow, what headway have you made with this endeavor?
We believe we know who is been leading it.
Who's that?
So, how confident is my character going to be of his sense?
Pretty confident.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like you got a pretty good reading on her.
Okay. due to the nature of it, I would love to have a conversation with you later and inform the local clergy of the threat, but this is not the venue because of the problem.
Okay, have it your way. This sounds quite concerning. Is it very serious?
Extraordinarily.
Well,
I would actually, the part of the reason I came over to you was because the sense that I got from you is that you would have the connections needed to get word out to the people and try and start changing the way habits were around the city to make them less vulnerable.
not knowing what you're referring to makes it hard to say, but perhaps, depending on the scope, perhaps we should have a meeting. Would the rest of your compatriots want to come to my house, perhaps tomorrow morning?
Think, depending on your wards, most of them should be able to come inside.
I know that the Jupiter Elite can be a rough bunch, but we're not unused to it. We work directly with Gaultier in Overdrive to supply most of the alcohol there. So we've seen our rough-edged people in our square. So,
well, the treatment that I just got at Overdrive, that's more of an endorsement than I could have had elsewhere. So, yes, I would love to set up that meeting with you.
Perhaps tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
Works for me.
Great. So she kind of cheerses you, and you can continue talking to her if you want. So yeah, Duke.
So I'm gonna kind of chum him up, but like also talk about like,
All right. So, clearly, you know all the people in here, right?
Oh, yeah, yes.
All right. So, what do you got on them for me?
Oh, well, mostly nobles, pretty much all upstanding citizens as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I come from a pretty rough background myself, so
right?
I'm
And
not one to judge.
as soon as he
you know.
says like upstanding citizens, I'll be like, right, and kind of be like,
And they'd be like, well, I mean, Lemon has got a sorted past, you know, but
right.
His cousin's a bit of a freak, but
Which ones have you had to kick out?
oh, very rarely, you know. It's usually guests. It's not any other house members. And tonight we don't. Or today it's midday sort of in-house party, you know. So,
Well, I was hoping for more, but what can you tell me about who's here now?
well, you've got me. I'm Nuke. You got Lemon, Black Dragonborn. You got Aegis. He is very sexy. You've got Arena Bronzetree. She's at sort of past also more to do with like I don't know what it is. She's got some preoccupation with something in the last couple of years.
And that's who he's talking to right now.
Like,
And then Thalon is one of the greatest leaders in the Pinnacle District. Very charismatic, very kind.
Fallon.
That's the dad.
And his husband, Erendrail, is also very nice. Though a little rough around the edges.
And then who all else is in here? And I'll point to like the other people like in the bar.
Yeah, Darren Frostshard, ladies' man. Loves the ladies. The ladies
Sure.
love him.
any in particular?
All of them.
All of them.
Pretty much all of them.
And like you look at it, Darren's like, hey.
That he shows
This is a
favor
sixth sense that people are talking about
while
it.
he's dancing with Sylvia, he like winks at Velvet, and Velvet's like,
Hey, baby, you want to make a new race?
This is the way we've got it set up that right.
I know, right?
Kitchen cam, I was over there like grabbing my friends.
I realized that when I was getting a drink that like normally there's someone sitting there that blocks it, but you know I actually wanted to get like a GoPro that just has the kitchen cam while
It's kinda
we're on
fun.
break.
Yeah.
So like so it's just in the lower yeah.
That's actually a great idea.
And every time
Right?
we pour a drink, we need to roll a Constitution saving throw to see
Yeah.
how much alcohol hits us.
Yeah. Future plans.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at. That's fun.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of like see how much info I can get on like everybody else.
So so he talks about Darren. The people he talked about already are kind of the main players. He does mention the person you're talking to, Gabriella.
She's a healer type. She can fix you up if you get shot or whatever. Whatever being shot is, with an arrow.
Any sketchy people we got to look out for right now?
Well, like I said, Irina is, as far as people that are here, probably the most troubled person. So she's more unpredictable. She's had a few outbursts in the bar, and I've had to politely ask her to leave, but she always does. She's never had to be kicked out.
Arena Bronzewood?
The one I'm dancing with.
Yeah, Arena Bronzetree.
Bronzetree.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like her bar, right?
Well, it's your parents' bar, so she had to go downstairs to a room. Didn't kick her out of the whole entire facility, just the bar part.
All right, well, Nuke. Maybe we never fight.
So, what's your story? What you up to? What do you, I heard you save Sylvia, but what's your,
Right.
what else you got going on?
Well,
You seem fascinating.
I
You're just eating berries like...
Just uninterrupted attention.
helped save Sylvia's life. Yeah, that's
great.
most recent things we did. Callisto in the Sun in the Sky for the Jupiter Elite.
Oh, yeah, Jupiter Elite. I like the Jupiter Elite. I thought about joining them, but, my skills are a little bit above their pay grade, if you know what I mean.
And he kind of puts his hand up, and a little bit of lightning comes off of it.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Right. That's probably.
So cool.
I do something kind of similar, but I'm working my way up. There.
Oh, really? You are a magic user also? What's your school?
Like un poquito.
What school do you study in?
I don't study at school.
Oh.
It's more like an innate thing.
Which innate thing is it? Is it the fuck your teacher one or the other one?
Okay, no, we've got to make that. That's the canon, in the universe, thought of warlocks.
I got a credit Reddit. I pulled that from Reddit.
But I love it.
The warlock's fun.
It was it's complicated. We'll say it.
The fuck your teacher one. That's fine.
For him, it's this serious
I don't
personal
judge.
soul searching thing. For everyone else, it's you fucked your teacher.
I'm figuring it out.
I don't mean to offend. I know these things can be
you're
complicated.
good.
The
It's hard to offend.
deities, many are there out there, and they're very complicated personalities. Oh no.
But how do you know?
Well, I haven't dealt with them directly, but indirectly, trying to bring people back is complicated, and things like that can be very
Messy.
difficult. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
What level spell is resurrection?
Revivify is only
Level 3. It's
level 3.
Okay.
Say only.
Well, level 3, I think you get it at level 5 or something like that. I think.
5 is the better one, but 3 is the poor man's version.
Yeah, but you get level 3 spells at level 5, I think, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So if you were a dedicated wizard, we wouldn't actually be terribly far off.
Is that a quick jab at the multi-class guy?
As a fellow multi-class person.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for a little while. Before that, it's kind of hard to remember. So, I was in the army. Remember that much?
Oh, which army? Dynasty or Empire? We're right in the middle,
The Empire.
Oh, right. Cool.
Right, I'm wearing the uniform.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Right.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I probably should have noticed that.
And dude kind of goes quiet. He's
So, yeah.
Well, I feel like there's more to your story than that, but I'll tell it if you don't want to. My story's pretty simple. I grew up in the Whispering Forest, and my talents got picked up by a pretty prestigious magic instructor, and managed to develop my skills as a wizard, and I'm one of the few orc wizards you ever meet.
Yeah, you don't meet many orc wizards.
No, you don't. Reason for that. Orcs are pretty dumb.
You know, I
On
don't
the whole, they're just very not smart. My father was dumb as shit.
Well, I don't tell many people my story, Nuke, because most people, if I told it to them, they probably wouldn't believe me.
Oh, yeah. There's parts of my story most people wouldn't believe either.
Yeah. So, well, hey, worth a shot, right? So, and like, how much do I remember about like where I come from?
You've got a pretty good idea. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, at this point, you are you're definitely aware of your current assigned purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of, I don't remember all the key details and stuff like that, right? But I probably, I grew up probably about, thousands of years ago, in the Shadowfell.
That explains the
The weirdness.
All of that you got going on.
Right.
Yes.
And a place called the Court of the Forgotten. Explains why I can't remember a lot. Complication comes from a lady that I've hung out with for a long time.
Yeah. That can be hard.
The Raven Queen. So, I don't know if that explains a lot of where I come from, but that's some of the story, at least.
Well, sounds pretty rough.
He chooses you,
Right.
and he's like,
My story is less complicated, more just family shit. All my brothers and sisters abandoned me. Decided that I wasn't heading the right direction, so here I am on my own. It's all right, though. I don't mind it. Got myself a good job anyway.
Well, I mean, my family kind of abandons me in a weird way.
Well, hey, cheers to abandoned families. All right.
Right. We drink to that.
Getting so deep.
Nuke.
as you're having that conversation, make a perception check.
Me?
Nuke is also going to make a perception.
Can I make it with advantage?
Not in this case. Especially since you're having a conversation also.
Should I do blue?
They're both blue.
Should I do blue?
You should do baby blue.
Or this one?
Like your scarf.
Like your scarf. Ah! Oh, I call
Nat
it.
20!
What?
Yes!
All right, so
You're welcome.
Pick the right one.
where is... Wait, let me... do I have... Hold on a second.
Do you need a nuke?
I need a nuke. I don't have a nuke.
Oh no.
And which one's this? Which one's the daughter I'm dancing with? Which mini is it?
We'll say it's
There's
this
one-
lady.
That you're canoodling with over in
The,
this
the bar,
dark
the one
corner?
with the bar.
Yeah. So we'll say you guys are kind of
The one that's
over
caroused.
here. Around the, well, actually, probably more.
Because wouldn't he be near the
Staircase, right?
Yeah, you're right. Probably more like over here.
And then move us wherever would be perfect.
And I was thinking you guys would be like more
Alright,
behind the
do it.
stage, like a corner and back that way.
Yeah.
And then I'm over
Smoking
by
our
the
weed,
cleric.
being
And then
bad
where
kids.
is? Oh, here's the.
I figured you'd be like hypnotic gazing.
And then where are you at?
I'm with the shield there.
Yeah, she's telling me everything.
So Duke, you're facing this way,
Okay.
and in your line of sight, you see this woman sitting at this table,
Oh.
watching Sylvia dance, and then you see a dagger get pulled out. And then kind of like put back into her cloak, but out and pulled. It's not a woman you recognize.
Does it look like Makina?
No.
They were triplets, not just twins.
Well, then it would still look like Makina if they were triplets.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to nuke to start smoking cigars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nuke does not notice this. He's like,
Hey, you want to get a cigar?
Okay. So, chick that is staring intently at Sylvia.
But she's sitting down, not the one that he's dancing with. Though she has been also.
Who had the assassination
Yeah.
attempt? Yeah, the failed assassination attempt, for which we are here.
Celebrating.
Dagger pulled out and then put back into her like
Cloak.
cloak.
Oh boy.
You have a line of sight.
If you use your bonus action, you could.
Detach.
Well, you could use your movement and
Yeah.
then teleport.
Yeah.
Do you want-
That's so loud, but very cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna nudge Nuke and be like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah, better safe than sorry, right?
What you doing? What you doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna nudge Nuke and be like, eyes up. And then
What's going on?
and then I'm gonna take my movement and get close over there.
Get you probably about.
Six steps. Yeah. And then I'll bonus action teleport
Right up to it.
Going all the way.
right up to her and grapple.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know it was this kind of party, huh?
Showtime.
How far does your
30
teleport go?
30 feet.
Oh, so you could almost.
It's
step into
remind me again. It's
away.
strength versus dex. Is that-
No, it's athletics versus
Right, that's
either
what it is.
athletics or I think it's.
I think it's
Opposed
so
athletics?
it's I'll look it up.
I feel like it might
versus
be
that.
opposed athletics.
I
Well,
think
that's what
it's-
I've always done.
Or
Like opposed
athletics,
strength.
acrobatics.
So I think
depending
it's
on
athletics versus
depending on
athletics initially.
character.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. She rolled a natural 3. She's gonna for sure fail either way.
Okay.
So you run up and grab her,
Okay.
and as soon as you do, she starts to dissolve, and you see the face of Bekina staring at you like,
Yeah.
"Why did you do that? You're ruining everything." And we're gonna stop the session there. Yes.
Trigger puller dude.
Trigger Polar Duke.
That's why you have a button pusher.
Duke's
right
on
here.
everything.
Cool.
Good game, everyone.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, I just want to keep going.
I know it's 10
I
10-11.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get to that epic stopping spot.
That is an epic stop for it.
Super cool.
Yes.
Next time.
All right. Well, thank you guys at home for sticking
Yeah.
around and hanging out. If you're
for
watching
sticking
this
around, yeah.
after the fact, thank you for watching it after the fact. And if you want to catch up, you can find all our shit on YouTube. The link is in the description of the Twitchy Twitch. Or if you're already on YouTube, then you can just watch the rest of it because you're already on this thing.
Subscribe, etc.
yeah.
Get notifications.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Y'all are wonderful.
Next time.
Bye.